Alright, hello, good evening, travelers and adventurers. Welcome to tonight's episode of Lives.
Hello!
Hi.
Hello.
How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
I'm
Alright.
kicking.
Okay.
It is another day in
Fab.
paradise.
True.
What some might call living the dream.
Mm.
If this is a dream, I would really like to wake up.
Whoa, hey there, So Good, how's it going? Thank you so much for the resub.
So good.
Thanks, Soken.
Hello.
I was wondering if Soken might be able to tune in, because I know they work Monday, but Wednesday, a little different.
By the way, sound check. Oh, they gave out 5 community subs. Thank you.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my goodness, thank you.
Wow.
Hey.
Also,
Soken.
sound check done. We are good to go.
Excellent.
Little low on everyone, but honestly, I think it's fine.
A little low on everyone.
A little.
A
Turn it
little.
up slightly. Turn it up slightly, why not?
Let's bump everything up a little
Especially me today. I apologize to any viewers. I am calling in from my phone. I just moved recently, so it is kind of, don't have the computer really set up yet with the internet. So, doing this from mobile.
bit. Y'all know the
That should have been the first thing you set up before your bed.
I had to do that when I was at the beach.
I
so
did, and they're like,
it's-
"We'll send you the router Friday." I'm like, "I have one." They're like, "You got to set up with ours first." I'm like, "That sounds like BS," but okay.
Alright, well,
So is it?
thank you
No,
so
wait.
much, Soken, for these 5 community subs. Happy September, everyone.
Yeah,
Oh.
September.
Shout out to all the subs.
And I say September because actually, I think Twitch during September through October 1st or something like that, they have like a discount on subs or something?
Oh.
Something like that?
$5 sub.
I missed when it was
$5.
actually a $5 foot long, but
That
now
was
it's
a
up to like.
pretty
Was
good
it
deal.
Yeah, it's
ever
like-
actually a $5
like
foot
$8.
long?
Yes,
it was for a time.
It
Yeah,
was.
I had a subway right next to my high school, and I stole a ruler from the high school, and I did order Subway for a $5 foot long, and my friend and I measured it with the ruler.
It was a
It
foot
wasn't-
long?
It was like 11.9 inches, so basically the closest you're
'cause-
gonna get.
We'll allow it.
That was actually a big thing not too long ago. Someone complained that they were 11.5 inches long,
Mm.
but they were following like the lumber measurements, because lumber, when you cut it like a 2x4 is actually 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches.
Gotcha.
I don't know the reason for that. I
What?
just know that is.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
A 2x4 is only 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Just like a 1x4 is actually 1/2 inch by 3.5.
I thought a
Oh,
2x4
yeah,
was in feet.
No, it's 2 inches by 4 inches.
I'm
but
thinking
it's
of a
actually
piece of
slight-
wood.
It is a piece
Yeah.
of wood.
That is a piece
I'm
of wood.
thinking that I don't know what any of you just said, but it sounds right.
Are you talking about plywood?
Why don't they just
Plywood's
call it an 8?
Because
Yeah.
8 feet long?
No, because 2x4. Just save yourself the time.
2 times 4.
But there's also a 2x8.
Yeah.
So
if
call
we're
that
going
one a
to-
16.
If we're going to get the volume of the sandwich, we need to a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Where a squared is the 12 inches. B squared is the. I just want a sandwich. Is basically what I'm getting at.
So
Man,
what is
just say
everyone's
2 cubed.
what is everyone's preferred sandwich place?
Oh.
Spicy
Like
Italian.
The
The
deli.
place or the sandwich?
The place, like
Place.
specifically like fast food, like chain.
Are we talking about
Sandwich
like a
place.
sub sandwich?
Yeah, like a Subway's, a Quiznos, a
Yeah.
Blimpie, Jersey
You know-
Mike's.
I went to a Jersey Mike's for the first time recently, and I found it to be quite sufficient.
It's pretty good, right? I like it.
Sufficient.
Honestly, yeah.
There's
My
one by me I
favorite-
need to try.
My favorite used to be Quiznos.
Yeah, I did like Quiznos.
Did that
Quiznos
stop
is great.
existing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just hard to find.
think so.
pretty much.
I think,
think
I'm
they're
just a
not.
sucker for Wawa.
I was gonna
always
say
have
Wawa
been.
Yeah, Wawa.
is
Oh, yeah,
honestly
you're right.
not weird.
I'm
It's-
just a sucker for some Wawa, man.
Wawa Hoagie Fest? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's
Yeah,
what
I
feels
got
right
a
there.
sandwich every single day of Hoagie Fest.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember every Thanksgiving season they do their gobbler?
Yeah.
God, it's really good.
It's
No, what the fuck is that?
Oh,
So
the
Turkey sandwich
gobbler.
with
it's
stuffing
their
and butter.
it's their
I'll be right
turkey.
back, guys.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
thicker
Why?
cut turkey, which I appreciate. It's not like deli turkey. and then they put their stuffing, they put cranberry sauce and gravy on it,
Bro.
and it's so
It's good.
good.
You can also
know-
get
Sounds
either
amazing.
mashed potatoes or mashed sweet potatoes.
Oh yeah, I get mashed potatoes on it, but yeah, they also do mashed potatoes. They do everything
On it?
Yeah,
A layer of it.
Mashed
Honestly-
potatoes on the sandwich.
and you can include like you can add whatever you want if you wanted to add like more veg or more sauce. I personally like it the way it is, but it's pretty banger.
They do make a good sandwich.
Hmm
Honestly,
was-
like I feel Wawa's food is just generally pretty good.
Yeah, not
Uh,
bad.
As you were describing that sandwich, I was like making the faces from that like one Vince McMahon gif. What the like wrestling guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
He's got a lot of them, but yeah.
Your mouth also started to water.
You know, we're talking about all these delicious things. Where's our crisp ASMR?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sipping a seltzy right now. It's already been opened, but perhaps later on in the sesh I'll open something else, and
Okay.
we'll have that later.
Give
Excellent.
us a surprise. Once there's a moment of silence, just break it with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till everyone's gone and do it in intermission.
Okay.
So something
Wait till
I'm back,
Zach's gone,
everyone.
at least.
Yeah, so the real heads that
I
watch
just got back, so don't
intermission.
do it now.
something I wanted
enjoy
to
that.
go over for September, since that started, is I wanted to remind everyone about our sweet, sweet monthly sub rewards. For those who don't know,
Mm,
we have
Were we supposed to
some-
say something there?
No.
Yeah.
Sure. It's up to you.
you.
I was just gonna throw out there that we do have monthly sub rewards that we follow up on over on our Discord server. If anyone hasn't joined our Discord server, please feel free to do so. What we do every month for our tavern patrons, as we call them, our subs, we have a monthly art raffle for them. They get to participate in campaign-related and content-related polls over in the server. We do a monthly game night. We do a community night with everybody. That the subs get to vote on what game we're playing or what tier list we're making. And for a 3-month sub, y'all get a custom emote to be featured over in the Discord server.
Wahoo!
Oh, did we vote? Was that the vote one? Is it too late to cast my vote for hashtag you only live once twice?
It's not too late. Y'all feel free to go over and do that if you want. I did throw out a
That
question
one's
over
hilarious.
there for more emotes to add because we have more emote slots now. Very fun.
So
very
where's that
exciting.
under?
It's
I
in our
always
Discord
forget.
server.
But where? In
Which
Discord?
part?
It's called polls. It's got like an orange circle
Yeah,
next
yeah.
to it.
That
I
makes
don't-
sense that the poll would be in the polls section.
I think a
Indeed.
poll that we should do for like ranking that could be fun, even if people haven't like seen it, is ranking maybe from different campaigns of Critical Role the characters.
You want to do a critical roles?
Yeah, we
tier
could do a
list?
smash, pass, friend, or eat for campaigns 1 through 3. I think that's a decent amount, but not overwhelmingly so. And you know, I think it could be fun.
We got any critters out there in the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, posture check. Hydrate sippy.
Posture check. Okay.
We have
I'm
a posture
straight
check
as
and
an
a
arrow.
hydrate
Drink the water.
sippy from Soakin.
Soken, you gotta clarify for me. Does seltzer count as hydrate sippy? Or do I have to
Does
get
beer
water?
count as hydrate sippy? Is what I want to ask.
Anything non-alcoholic is hydrate sippy, I think,
Okay.
right?
What about the ice in my wine? It's technically
That's
Yeah.
hydration.
No.
Yeah,
This
baby,
is
Great
a
job,
get in
summer
everyone.
there.
candy. That's closer to a lemonade than a beer when you think about it.
Laudna,
Also,
my
is-
beloved, I agree. Laudna's great.
Is it bad that I've been drinking since noon?
Excuse me.
Actually,
Is it
before
your
noon.
off day?
Probably.
That's impressive.
Then no, it's
If
not
it
bad.
weren't your off day, that would be bad.
Yeah, if it's your off day, it's fine.
I have
If
to
it's
show
not,
up
it's
at
just
work for
impressive.
7. I'm drinking by 7.
Alright, gang. I think it's time to rally
To add it
together
at work.
and get ready for our session start.
I think so. I think so.
Zach, I know you're in a little bit of a different situation with the moving and everything. Did you still want to do the recap, or did you want someone else to do it?
Yeah, I can read it. I can still read, damn it.
And you
You
do
know
a
how to
good
do that?
job.
All right. The
People know
party
how to
picked up where they left off regarding Miss Donnie's death before Galloway managed to cast a gentle repose, giving her 10 days to be revived before she's permanently lost. Seeking to revive the fallen innkeeper, enact revenge on Arania, and get answers, The party set out the following morning with provisions provided by the mayor and began a 3 days journey to Baldwin with Clive, aka Galloway. Sorry, I just noticed a discrepancy in it as I was reading. Apologies. During their first night, the party spoke around the campfire.
I think
Alvaro?
I'm breaking up a little
I'm
bit.
having
Yeah.
trouble hearing you.
Alvaro?
Either it's been a really long day or something's up.
I think
Uh-oh.
It sounds like you're getting further and further away.
Oh no, Alvaro,
Sharing a
come back!
little bit at night. Hear me? Let me try something.
Hello? I'm back, my
Yeah,
friend.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
we
now.
can hear you.
What was the last thing you heard?
campfire.
All right, they shared a little bit about their backstories around the campfire as they learned more about their guest traveler. At night while on watch, Humi and Mina spoke about Humi's previous Blink Dog shift that they had when in the circus. The party began the next morning, readying themselves for the next day on their journey to Baldwin. That's where we left off.
Hey, Quentin.
Quentin!
Good to see ya.
Quinton v. Squinton!
Quentin be squinted.
Thank you very much for that recap, Alvaro.
Thank you, Alvara.
No problem.
Thank you.
So, where we last
Quentin
left
B.
our
Squintin.
heroes- Quentin B. Squint. Did you see that picture?
I think I sent that to Derek actually.
I know, I really
I
like
saw it on my Twitter and it just made me think of Quinton. I said, oh my god, it's them.
Quinton.
Quinton.
Bill Quimtum.
Bill Quinton. Oh god, it's such a old joke between us that's not going to make sense for anybody
I
listening.
did not, however, vote for Bill Quimpton.
No one here's going to understand Bill Quinton. That made Humi leave.
He shut down from the joke.
Yeah, Humi
Humi
was like,
heard
I've
Bill
heard enough.
Quinton and left.
Yeah, he started getting wartime flashbacks.
Oh, alright. Where we last left our heroes.
Ooh. Who has inspiration?
Oh,
yeah.
right. Thank you so much for reminding me. So, last session, player inspiration was voted and was given to our very own Alvara. Congratulations, Alvara.
Thank you, thank you.
Woohoo!
Player inspiration this week was voted on over in our Discord server, and it was given to number 127.
Whoa!
Community inspo.
Community
Thanks,
inspiration
community.
goes to numbers.
Thanks, community.
Alright. So mark down your
Thanks,
inspirations.
Mom.
Thank you, Where we last left our heroes. Sleep eventually finds you all as you settled in to rest along the pathway to Baldwin. Sumi and Mina taking watch during the night with nothing catching their eyes. A chill whips through the air as the morning greets you with skies. The clouds are all blocking out the few rays of autumn warmth the sun would give as the last storm of the season approaches. How do you greet the morning?
All right. If I may, Audrey's actually going to wake up on time this time and kind of get together and start trying to make breakfast for the party.
Whoa.
Aw.
Hearing wrestling. Where did we all sleep though?
Y'all slept outside,
No,
we
I
all,
slept
we
in
all
the
slept on the
tent.
ground. Oh yeah.
which is
There
still
There was
just
some
on
in
the
the
ground.
tent. I think.
Yes, but
I
not
have
in the
a bag,
rain.
Oh.
Hydrate Zippy.
Hydrate, Sippy.
I
hydrate.
think.
I'm
Oh, there you
gonna
go.
say I fell asleep leaned against this tree.
So, Audrey, you get up and begin preparing breakfast. Everyone else?
Alvara
wake
would
One at a time. Let's do numbers,
Yep.
and then Alvaro.
I was just gonna say I stay here. I wake up and when I hear the wrestling, but want to just observe from the tree.
He's just watching.
Menacingly.
Alvaro?
Alvara's already awake, so I think she would just have been probably making sure the fire stays alive. But beyond that, not much else. And she'll probably just acknowledge Audrin's presence and that's it.
Can Valana wake up and go foraging in the nearby, not too far, just in the nearby area to see if she can find anything delicious to include with breakfast?
Can Mina help with that? Because that also sounds like an activity Mina would do.
Sure, and I'm assuming, does this mean Humi and Mina did not sleep during the night? They were keeping watch all night?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, because you guys rested a while before.
Yes.
Yeah, I fell asleep on the entire journey over.
And
I've
I
only
took
been
a
awake
nap.
for, like, 8 hours.
So either Valana or Mina, you pick between the two of you. Either each of you roll for, I'm gonna say survival individually, or one of you roll with advantage.
Survival
your
is really
survival?
good for me. It's +5.
I have a +7.
Oh, then you do it.
Whoa!
But I've also
I
been
think we should
rolling
both
very
roll.
poorly.
Where the hell
Yeah,
did
we
you get
should
a
Maybe you
both
should
plus
both
seven?
roll.
Yeah, let's both
Both
roll.
roll.
Alright, and everybody else?
That is a 25.
That's a
That is
natural
a natural
20.
20.
That is a
Woo-wee!
24.
Holy
Woo.
shit.
Uh,
Eating good this morning.
We're
Well,
as
gonna have
DM?
lots of fresh berries and fruit.
Gonzo?
as Humi wakes up, well, I'm sorry. As Humi sees everyone else wake up, they're going to all stretch, and they're going to start lightly playing their violin for any stragglers.
I will say this path is very clear. You don't see anyone coming to or from, but you are more than welcome to play your violin and serenade your fellow adventurers with you.
Wonderful. Okay, so I do that. Do I roll performance or
Nope, you can just do it.
awesome? Love it.
With a natural 20 for a 25 and then for a 24 with Mina, I will say that you two are quite successful in your search for adding to breakfast additions. You find some natural berries growing about, some even mushrooms you can throw in, non-poisonous. Know them to be, in fact, chanterelles.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, baby. Those are the good ones. Thank you.
Audrey, what are you preparing everyone for breakfast?
So right now, just out of his rations, he's got some salted pork, preserved salt pork that is kind of washed, and is now like kind of searing on a pan that he's got. And as the party comes in with their delicious contributions, he's going to say, "I've always appreciated charity whenever I can get it. Why don't y'all take a seat and I'll see if I can fix something up that's a little bit more savory."
Valana is going to smile. Sounds like a plan to me. And she's going to pass over the marvelous chanterelles to him.
All right. He's gonna take a saber, put like a skewer of like pork mushroom, and just kind of start roasting it over the fire.
I will say, as everyone is getting up and about and starting to move about in the morning, Galloway emerges from the tent, just kind of brushing off his jacket, and he looks around and goes, "Oh, well, good morning, everyone. Was last night all right for you all?"
I slept wonderfully.
Yeah, I saw you, came in.
See, I'm not fond of the rain or sleeping outside in the open, so I figured if I was huddled in your corner, you wouldn't mind, I hope.
Well,
I was going to ask, but you were already asleep.
maybe some forewarning next time would be nice. It's a little jarring to wake up and, see there's another body next to you.
In the future, I'll let you know.
Alright.
Nothing really happened at night. It was pretty calm.
Oh, that's nice. I see we've got some clouds coming in, and as he's looking about, each of you feel like a couple little faint, cold raindrops on your skin as the clouds begin to move past. It looks like we've got some weather ahead of us. I guess
Actually-
let's just keep the body dry.
Mina would like to cast Druidcraft. Specifically, the option where you create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather for the next 24 hours.
That is indeed part of
your
Druidcraft. So, Mina, you see in the next 24 hours, and as you hold out your hands and a little bit of mist begins to swirl in between them, it then gently forms, just swirl that, of moving in storm clouds. Over the next 24 hours, it seems a little bit of a torrent is going to move, mixed in with just the slightest startings of snow.
That's not good.
we should do our best to stay undercover. And do you know if there are any towns nearby besides the one we just came from, where we could purchase like tents or something?
Unfortunately, there's no other settlements between Nothome and Malverdin. We have to just travel with what we have, and I see you guys don't have much. Um, but that's okay. I'll do a little studying on our as we get going, and maybe we'll see what we can do on this next night.
I have a spell actually that should be able to help us later on when we're looking for a camp later. It helps to find like a shelter and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds useful.
Yeah.
Well, that would be quite lovely, actually. And if everyone's ready, would we like to continue?
Let's.
All right. So, you all enjoy your breakfast of salted pork, mushrooms, and berries. And as you all gather your effects, Galloway packages up his tent and readies the cart as the
Actually-
horses are all tended to.
When we get ready to clear up camp, Mina is going to cast Wild Cunning as a ritual spell.
Okay.
So there are several options for Wild Cunning, but I'm going to use the one where you have the spirits instantly break down a campsite, including putting out a fire, taking down tents, packing up bags, and burying any rubbish.
Oh, okay. So describe how you want this to look.
So as everyone goes to start putting their stuff away, I'm going to say, hold on, I have something that should be able to speed this up a little bit. And Mina is going to start gathering starlight to the tip of her staff. And as she does a circular motion with it, a bunch of spirits spring up out of the ground. Spirits of nature, they look like, and they're going to start putting away various stuff. They're going to put the fire out and do anything they need to do, putting everything on the carriage.
Alright. And as Galloway begins putting away the tent, he sees these spirits coming from you begin to start neatly disassembling his tent and packaging it up nicely into the back of the cart. The fire then gets snuffed, and he looks over to you quite impressed and goes, That's a really nice trick you got there, Miss Mina.
Thank you. I actually learned it fairly recently.
Well, let me also chip in with this. And Homies go take out their harmonica, and they're going to start singing the musical tune of On the Road Again.
Oh.
I very much.
How does he know that one?
What do they call that in the Forgotten Realms?
Be on the road again still. It's pretty vague.
It still fits
Yeah, it does.
the bill.
You don't know this yet, but your kids are gonna love it.
This is a fantasy setting. That song's never going to exist.
It is
Oh,
about
okay.
But
being
it
on the
could.
road.
We're on a road again.
He's a legendary bard. He's
We are
created
on the
this-
road again.
Well,
The song called "Road We Are On Again" that sounds very similar to a contemporary pop country song in our generation.
I'm not playing like Fleetwood Mac or anything. I mean, I think that's pretty common.
You should play Fleetwood Mac.
If there's a
play
hardcore
Freebird.
version, maybe.
There is a legendary bard in D&D called Mac Fleetwood.
See,
Well, there is also that one. They got that one song in the Forgotten Realms called "Porterville" by Timmy Muffet.
Oh my gosh.
So it's possible.
Should we be on our way?
Right.
Yes, we should.
Time is of the essence. And one moment, and you see Galloway ready himself for a minute. He cracks his knuckles before he begins drawing a couple sigils in the air with his finger, and as he does, they begin to kind of glow as they follow his trace. And as the sigil gets completed, his eyes glow for a minute, and he appears to be talking to himself, but he says out loud, Miss Thorne, it's me, Galloway. I'm coming quickly. And I'm
Whoa.
in need of assistance.
Always good to warn.
Safe though. And then the spell just fades.
Okay.
He shakes his head and goes, "Alright, well, just making sure they know we're coming. Shall we continue?"
Did you have to phrase it so ominously?
Well, I have to phrase it in 25 words or less.
Alright, alright. Let me put on something then. I'm feeling like this today.
Oh! What is that?
A halfling?
A child.
Humi is going to start looking around at things. This is, Billy Bronco. Billy Bronco, yep,
Fumi, does your
that's it.
voice change when you shapeshift, or do you just have your voice?
No, it does change too, yeah.
It does?
It's a perfect, copy. The only thing that Humi doesn't have when they shapeshift is a personal effect item. So my sickle, my dagger, they stay with me, but if they have like a special like sword or something, I don't get that.
So you can't replicate their items, just their exact physical appearance.
Yes, and clothing.
Okay, because I'm
Any
just picturing
clothing
this
items.
child just talking like a full-grown adult.
Hello there, I'm Billy Bronco. I'm 7.
Alright, guys, let's get on the road.
Alright, so are we once again being helmed on this expedition by Numbers and Audrin, or are others taking the helm?
I think they both
Yeah.
have really good
What
They
perception.
were doing very
so,
good.
Yeah, I think they're fine.
Yeah, I'll
I
take
can-
the lead again.
Until
I
they
will-
muck it up.
I will offer to help by either with animal handling or with being an eye in the sky if you guys need it.
Okay, so as you all load up the cart, gather your effects, and begin setting out, the air has gotten a little bit colder since the past couple days of your at least waking up in Decrio. This is the very tail end of fall. And with the colder weather coming in, you begin your journey. Now, I'm going to need one of you to roll survival and one of you to roll perception.
All right, we know what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I grant
Alright.
someone guidance really quick?
You can guide someone.
Sure.
I am going to be giving the guidance, and I'm going to be giving it to... let's go with Audrin.
All right, I'll take it.
Ooh,
Ugh.
I picked wrong. You have inspo, though.
I'm not using it on that.
Well, I
Damn.
said I can
John's all
help
wondering,
We're
how
not
do you
gonna
have guidance?
survive,
Because
you
that's only a
bastard.
cleric and a druid spell.
I have guidance through Guiding Whispers. At 3rd level, you can reach out to spirits to guide you and others. You learn the guidance cantrip,
Oh,
which
it's because of
doesn't
your College
count.
of Spirits thing.
Yes,
This
yes.
guy went to college.
He went. Look at this guy.
I went to college.
Winter,
Um,
can I help with the survival roll?
No. It's
'Cause I
just
said
the
I was
it's just the
flying
two
around
that
and
are
guiding.
helming.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 23 on perception
Why'd you roll twice?
because I got guided.
That's
didn't
not
I?
what guidance does.
Oh, my
It
bad.
does,
you-
it does not give you
One
advantage,
D4.
but you add a d4 to just keep your first roll.
To a 23.
Well, that was my 23 was my first roll.
Keep your first roll and you add a d4 too.
All right.
Or
my
you could
mistake.
save the d4 for a different roll.
I'll save it for a different roll because I feel pretty confident with 23. So
How long
ignore
does guidance
this.
last for?
10 minutes.
You guys see
Uh,
that?
Up to a minute, actually,
So
yeah.
up to a minute.
Yeah, I might as well use
Are you
it.
guys- Okay, yeah, okay, so 25.
There is a d4 twirl.
I know, that was
I was gonna say, what's going on?
that thing was floating.
That wasn't one of you guys. It was just doing that.
No, I swear, I rolled it and it just started doing that.
All right.
And
I
25.
got stuck in the mini.
And the last thing I'll need is I need one of you, doesn't matter who, to just roll a straight d20.
I'll do. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, Gary, why did you have to go?
Okay, so you begin your journey. Audrin, you've got keen eyes on the road, and you're able to follow it thoroughly.
That's right.
And as you're traveling, the day seems to pass without too much issue. For a little bit, it's a little questionable whether or not you're still on the right path, as the path tends to disappear and fade. It doesn't seem like it's that well trodden in certain areas, and while you do kind of shift off the path for just a little bit, you quickly realign yourselves and get back on the road. What are y'all
Ignore that.
doing?
It was an accident.
But the day of travel passes without much issue.
What are we doing?
Wow.
Where do we settle?
Give me one
So we're
moment.
good? So
Let
we're
me
just setting up
pull
camp
my
again?
notes.
At some point
Is it-
during the day's
Yeah, go ahead.
at some point during the day's travel, is it okay if I kind of like fall back from the front of the post to kind of like walk beside wherever Volana is for a second?
That's perfectly fine. I was going to ask if there's anything you guys wish to do during this travel.
I'm wondering if it's still storming or what's the weather?
There is an inclement storm on its way with drizzling beginning about midday.
What type of drizzling is it? Is it like rain or is it hail and snow?
It's drizzle. It's just like cold, wet drops right now.
Just cold rain. The worst kind of weather.
It's like
Gotcha.
icy cold rain.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay.
So you want to saddle up next to Volana on your horse?
Yeah, he's not going to be on a horse. He's just kind of walking alongside. But at some point, he's just kind of seem to walk close enough to her where he can like kind of talk to her outside of the earshot of others while he's speaking in a hushed tone. So he's kind of gonna do so, and he's gonna go, "Oh there, lass. Do you still have that tome that we had found in the caves a couple nights prior?"
Oh, you mean the spider statue?
Not quite that one. You remember when we were rescuing young orc lass and came across a side room with a little bit of a chest in it, guarded by reflection of some white dragonborn. Do you remember that?
I do, yes.
There was a book in there. I
Oh,
seem to recall that you were in possession of it. Is that still
Yes.
true?
yes. It was a diary of a pirate, actually. I didn't find much use of it. Would you like to take a look?
Well, I do. As a matter of fact, it's just that I can't. I'm not savvy on the language, but I grew up in the region and I'm familiar with a lot of famous unsavory sorts, if you will. So I was wondering if you wouldn't mind summarizing some of the details.
Sure. Well, the name of the man who held this journal, I know, was Aldrock Udamorn. Is that how you say it?
That's right.
Okay. And unfortunately, it didn't tell me too much. It was sort of just his adventures and travels and such. However, at the very end, there was mention of a dragon. A silver dragon, correct me if I'm wrong,
It's a
DM.
black dragon.
A black dragon, not a silver dragon. A black dragon. And I believe that it was chasing them? Question mark, DM?
Yeah, so from what
Okay.
you remember in this journal is, while it detailed a lot of this pirate's famous expeditions and his crew aboard his flagship called the Storm Hull, he, towards the end of his life, gained the ire of a black dragon, which is referred to as Ombrir, the Venom of the Seas,
I have
which
that written down. I didn't
eventually
know how to
wiped
pronounce
out
it.
his fleet and took his
That
treasure.
sounds really scary.
He's trying to keep this hushed a little bit, and
Oh, yeah, we're
so
whispering.
yeah, if possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he's gonna kind of take out a little bit of his own journal, start writing down some of these details, and he's just gonna ask a few little questions. It's gonna be like, "Did you happen to catch the name of the dragon, or the whereabouts, for that matter?"
DM, dragon's name one more time?
The dragon's name is Ombrir, Ombryr. This
Okay.
dragon was most commonly referred to, and especially in Aldrock's writings, as the Venom of the Seas. It seems as though this dragon has a little bit of notoriety on the northern shores of Emerus and the borders of Decria, where that part of the sea meets. as if that dark. He writes in his writings as if this dragon has been specifically targeting, specifically pirate ships that have been passing through and from this area.
I don't
Can
know why
you-
I wrote his name with a U, but
Yeah,
it's
can you
fine.
spell that actually?
His name:
Yeah, I also used a U.
OMBRYR.
Gotcha.
Ombrier.
So I relay this information to Audrin because it is in my brain. It definitely was. As
I think you're
beautifully,
the only one who knew about it, actually, right? Or did you tell Mina and me about it when we were
I-
talking about?
I told Mina and you briefly what Winnie had told me. But yes, I was able to read the language.
Okay. Cool.
All right, I appreciate your candor in the matter. Don't fret your head about it. It's just personal matter, you know. It's from the region, so we're up hearing stories of all sorts of things like these, and it's sated my curiosity.
Sure, no worries at all. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I'll help if I can.
He's gonna nod and then take his post back up.
So as everyone's traveling, Galloway's atop his horse. And he's trying to make small talk with you guys all as you travel throughout the day. And he goes, so, you guys all met fairly recently, I understand? Like, you're not some kind of adventuring party that's known each other a really long time, or traveled across all of Ashana?
Not especially. I'm afraid we've only known each other a matter of days.
Yeah, I was traveling alone for a while.
Well, I mean, technically, we've known each other for a lifetime. A second lifetime, but a second. Well, yeah, a lifetime. Yeah, no, that's right.
It does feel like that sometimes. It feels like I've known you guys for years.
And that's on trauma bonding.
Drama bonding.
So,
Suffice to say, the circumstances of our meeting is a little bit unusual. Galloway. We'll have to tell you about that when we make camp tonight.
you guys got any stories in the time that you've known each other? Anything exciting? You guys all seem to know at least that lady.
Well, apparently I could fly. I'm really good at it, and it's only when I'm with Mina.
Mina's going to glare at you quietly. Like,
Umi has the largest shitting grin.
Oh yeah, you're still a child right now.
Yes.
yeah. I kind of somehow ended up as the group elevator one time.
What's an elevator?
I mean, a parachute is a bit more apt for me, but yeah.
A parachute.
I gave them wings, as it were. Some of them just jumped.
Metaphorically speaking, we all gained wings that night.
If you can lift all these guys up, you must be quite strong, Mina.
A little strong. Stronger than I look, anyway.
So, how do you guys know, that one, scary-looking lady?
Well, we kind of just woke up, and they were in charge. And, well,
That's
yeah.
putting it rather simply, but that's basically the gist of it. She took us in, we helped her out a little bit, and then she asked us to deliver letters to the town.
It just seems odd, you know?
Weren't really in a position to, I suppose, deny her. I mean, we could have, but considering we had all just woken up in a very strange circumstance and she had provided us shelter and food and kindness, we initially assumed that she could be trusted.
Prior to that attack on the town, there wasn't really much evidence leading us to distrust her. Maybe a few inklings here and there, but nothing to act on.
Well, that's understandable. Sometimes people can be, you know. Well, regardless, hopefully maybe we can get to the bottom of this at least once we get to Ballerden.
So, are we there yet?
Well, you see, we've
Oh
got a
boy.
couple more days.
That's not too bad.
Part of why I'm asking you guys for some stories, cause see, it can get kind of quiet out here.
Ooh,
Well, one time we fought a banshee. That was pretty cool.
That was
And
just the other night.
terrifying. Yes.
Yeah, I actually saw that. That was pretty cool.
And you didn't help?
Wait, you watched?
What?
Well,
We could have used some support.
it's not that I was just standing in the shadows watching. It's that that wasn't too terribly far from my mother's house.
I see.
So you did the town a good
And,
service.
and were you not able to go out late because of your mother?
Well, her safety's a little more important.
oh.
Yes, and Audrin nearly died.
Well, he didn't know Audrin really at the time, so I do understand why he did hold his mother to a higher priority. You know, just the woman who birthed him. No biggie.
Right, who was safe and bully. I'm not gonna say anything else. Laura's just gonna keep walking.
Well, I can tell you this much, lad. If you're looking for stories, I believe each and every one of us has at least one story about how he died.
Right, you guys say that you died.
As a matter of fact, that's the truth.
So are y'all some kind of ghost or something?
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah, that's kind of...
We're a spectral group of 6, you could say.
You know, that's kind of fun. It's like you guys are some kind of crazy, like, non-evil, undead adventuring team trying to, I guess, what, save us all from this lady? I don't really know where I'm going with this. It just seems cool. You guys are cool.
I don't think we know where we're going either, to be honest.
We're kind of on a fact-finding quest to sort of get to the bottom of what's been going on with the Dead Rising.
Well, in terms of fact-finding, there's no better person to turn to than Madame Thorne.
Why do you say
Why
that?
is that?
Well, she's one of the lead families of Balverden, the Thorne family, that is. And she's who I work for. She is the leader of the First Light Observers, who are the researchers slash, I guess you could say, kind of investigators and kind of secret servicey type people of Balverden.
And you know these people to be a good group of people. Honest, trustworthy,
Incredible.
just,
No
credible.
cages.
Well, they do work for the law, and they're who I have the guise of an internship with.
Insight
So
check.
you're biased.
No, I actually wanted to roll insight too on
Yeah, y'all
something.
can roll insight.
I know we previously rolled insight regarding like whether or not he trusted these people, and I believe we determined that he kind of did.
Now, when that was happening, he was speaking on the menagerie.
Okay, I want to roll insight, I guess, regarding if his opinion of Lady Thorne is because he actually had met her and really admires her, or if he's kind of just like speaking hollowly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get
And-
what
Like
you mean.
kind of just regurgitating things he hears about this person that he might not actually have a real connection with.
Gotcha.
That's clever.
I gotcha.
And
Alright.
can you also repeat the name of the investigatory organization, the Light something?
They are the First Light Observers.
Wow.
Pretty cool name, honestly.
I rolled a 3. Plus, insight's just gonna be
I got a
1.
24.
I rolled a nat
I'm debating if I want to use inspo for this, and I think I will.
No, I rolled a 24.
Yeah, he could
Okay.
relay, maybe his opinions to you.
Remind them.
Alright. So with a... what was your total after a 3?
A 4.
A 4? Okay. So with a 4, a natural 1, and a 9, Valana, Alvara, and Mina, It's hard to tell. I mean, he seems like he believes what he's talking about. You don't know these people. You have no real think otherwise. Audrin and Numbers, from what you can tell from the way Galloway is speaking on this matter, he doesn't seem like he knows all that much about the First Light observers themselves. He's kind of just more talking about things that he's heard about them. Not that he's had too much experience with them personally, but when it comes to Madame Thorne, he kind of holds her in the utmost respect. Like, he has dedication to the person he's talking about.
Yeah, but this is like less than a intern. He like said that himself. I don't know how much knowledge this guy has on the organization, or whether he even ever met Lady Thorne, or whether this is a sycophantic, like CEO obsessed weirdo.
Well, you
You
can
know?
always ask him more questions.
Is the concept of an internship a thing in this world, or would he be like an apprentice? Like, are we
Yeah,
using
it's
the
like
proper
an
lingo here?
apprenticeship. And he said
Okay.
that's what he has the guise of an apprenticeship under. He's told you guys before that he
Yeah.
has an apprenticeship
You-
under Madame Thorne, but it's for the menagerie.
Oh, I see. It's a guy's. Okay.
From what you understand, Madame Thorne runs both operations.
Hmm. Woman
There's the
of
one that
influence.
functions with the law, and there's the one that functions under the radar of the law.
Out of curiosity, where is Galloway in our gaggle of people?
Sitting on the cart.
He has his own horse. He's part of the lead charge since he's the only one that's actually traveled these paths.
Okay.
Wait, who's sitting on the cart then?
I don't know.
Guys?
I mean, Ms. Donnie's body is in the cart.
I was, I believe, walking because Audrin was able to approach next to me.
Who's driving?
I could have been walking next to the cart
I
if
was
you were on
driving
the
this
cart.
bus.
So there's two.
Dude,
I
where's
guess
my
who's
car?
on the two other horses? Like the Galloway's on one. Who's on the
I
two
had a
others?
horse last time, and I presumed I would have grabbed it this time because I was up first.
Okay, so who's on the last horse?
I was sharing with Galloway last time. I did not do that this time. I just decided to walk to give somebody else a horse, maybe if they wanted it. But I guess we didn't really clarify.
I will be on a horse as a small child.
Okay.
Love it.
So, Humi is going to kind of pipe up. Hey, Galloway!
How old are you right now?
I'm aiming for like 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
right on the money. Yeah, that's
That was
impressive.
the childhood accent. How old are you?
He kind of.
I'm 7.5.
He kind of like jumps. You see his shoulders like kind of tense for a second as like this throws him off a little as y'all are walking, and he goes, "Yes,
Okay, I do have a name.
And who are you exactly?
Who me?
Who you?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I was kind of curious about that guy that you were talking about. The one that was part of the circus?
The one that is part of the menagerie. That guy?
Yeah. What does he do?
Well, I've just known him in the past year or so that I've been working with Madame Thorne. But apparently he's been around for just a few years with her. She seems to trust him fairly well. He's a older drow fellow, sometimes kind of cranky. But he's really talented with magic. He's taught me quite a few things.
Okay. How old would you say he is?
I think it's
Like, exactly.
It's kind of hard to tell with drow, but I believe he's got wrinkles.
So not a silver fox.
Okay.
But he's very skilled with magic, and From what I understand, he works with Madame Thorn to keep the organization itself hidden from sight of the rest of the city, prying eyes, and it's quite good at skills to investigate it.
This is the menagerie, or he's with the Last Light
This
or
is
First
this
Light.
is a member of the menagerie that was spoken about the night prior.
Mm-hmm. Remind me his name.
He never said his name.
Hmm.
He is just
Well,
referred to as an older drow man from claims to have been previously from a circus.
well, I'd like to ask Mr. Grimm if you could disclose that man's name as well as any other persons of import that might be able to help us along our dual quests. A, for information on the rising dead, and B, how to rise the dead, specifically Ms. Donnie.
I look good for somebody born a year ago.
Well, that's kind of why I think
Okay,
we
fine. I'll play it in character. More info,
No.
please.
why
Just
use big
fucking-
word when small word do trick? Um,
Speak like
Why
Kevin from The
spoilers?
Office. That one.
well, I believe us getting to Madame Thorn and at least inquiring to her about it is my best bet. She's going to be the one who would know best as to maybe connections that can help us with Ms. Donnie, and she might even be able to pull out some research to help us figure out what's going on here. Whatever just happened in Bothell, but I should probably say I don't I have strong reason to believe that while Miss Thorne is quite adamant in that of what is just, these are favors that I don't believe she will accept for free. But I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her.
And what might she ask for in return?
She might ask you to do some work, which I don't think much, but we are asking her to raise the dead, so I'm not sure. It's kind of a big task. I mean, I don't know how to do it.
Perhaps we could work out some kind of arrangement.
I'm sure once we talk to her and give her the urgency of the situation, at least hear us out. She likes me. Let me do.
Aww.
He likes you.
Wink, wink.
This guy is like the biggest fanboy. He like gushes over Madame Thorne. He gushes over our party. He's just like really bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I feel like just like, oh, look at everyone that's awesome around me.
You guys can tell, based on interacting with him, that he has not been given many chances on himself of just being for who he is and what he looks like throughout his entire life, essentially. And now that he's met people that he can work for and with that are willing to see him and hear him and give chances and opportunities, he is ecstatic.
Oh,
That's wonderful.
protect him.
Good to know.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do in day 2 of travel? And don't think I forgot about that natural 1 someone rolled for that d20.
That was me.
No,
That was
that was me.
Oh. I rolled one for insight too, though.
That was inside. I just meant for the general d20 roll for this travel.
Oh no.
So, can we play a game?
What kind of game?
I want to play I Spy.
Oh,
Is it a tree?
No.
That's all I really see out in the distance. As far as
You
the eye
hear
can see.
giggling in the background.
What color is it?
It's green.
A leaf.
No.
Is it
Grass.
Numbers hair.
No.
Is it the cloak of Mr. Grimm?
It is.
Wow.
Ooh.
oh, you like my cloak?
Yeah.
It's green actually because that's the main colors of both the Thorn family and the First Light Observers. That's how you can usually find their
Oh.
signifiers around the city if you need to flag down someone of importance. Is the green. The guard has their own colors, but specifically the Thorn family are marked with green.
What colors are the guards marked with?
The guards, well, you know, I don't know, they wear chainmail. They look like typical guards. They're referred to as the Last Light Vanguard.
Okay.
So they look like 127?
Well, yeah, sort of actually. They wear lots of chainmail sets and they have jet black trims on them. If
Do
you
they have green hair?
No, I've actually never met anyone. How'd
You
you
Oh.
get
said-
that green hair?
You said First Light Knights?
They're the First Light Vanguard. Or not the first, I'm sorry, they're the Last Light Vanguard.
Wow.
And the Menagerie wears green? I'm sorry. I'm
No,
just taking notes.
it is the First Light Observers and the Thorn family general that wear green.
Mhm.
It's like
So
their
you asked about-
representative color in the city is
She's-
Well, you had asked about my hair, and that's a great question. I don't know. It's just my natural hair color.
natural hair
You have
color's
horns.
green?
Yeah.
That's so cool! I wish mine was green.
Oh, thanks.
And yes, I
I
do
feel
have
a bond.
horns.
I feel a bond coming on between us. Welcome to the party, Mr. Grimm.
He's kicking his little hook as he rides on his horse.
Oh! So cute.
Alright, are you guys ready to end your second day of travel, or is there anything else you guys wish to do?
No, I think we're good.
Schlieb.
So, let me change the ambiance, shall I?
DM, is it still drizzling?
It is, and in fact, the rain is beginning to pick up.
Oh lord.
So, find my notes.
I would like to, if possible, use the wild cunning as a ritual again
You may.
to find.
Galloway is going to hop
suitable
off his
help.
horse, though. He's going to rub his hands together and say, well, everyone, I believe I have something that might be able to help us get by at least a little easier tonight, seeing as it's about to start torrenting rain. But I am going to need some help because the horses won't fit for this one. Can I get a hand maybe just turning this tent I have into some kind of like travel barn looking thing for them? It's something to give them cover.
If you want, I can try to find some shelter suitable for the horses.
You can try, but I'm not sure anything is going to be around. But I do have a spell that actually is going to be able to protect us for.
Sounds great.
What would you need to turn that into a barn?
Well, my tent, I'm just gonna try to finagle something that'll be nice for the horses and not to be
Alana will-
morose, but I'm gonna take Ms. Donnie's body inside with us. This just doesn't. This is so weird. And he's gonna
What
pick up the body and bring it towards the middle one.
what is our current environment?
So, as you haven't moved that far north, if you see the map that I put in the maps tab, you're going like northwest, but it's more west. As you're traveling along this path, this water path that goes up to this lock. It's still taiga. It's still very much taiga. It is getting colder as the autumn is now ending, and it is about to be a very cold. The temperatures are dropping at night significantly.
Interesting.
So, with anyone's help that wishes to, Galloway kind of assembles a little cloth shelter, sticks and fabric of his tent for the horses that he guides underneath. And then he walks over to the center, and within a minute he sits down and begins muttering some words and drawing symbols on the ground with his. He begins ritual casting a spell with his book cracked open. And within a minute, with a little burst of light around you, appears a dark forest green.
I know this spell.
It has a 10-foot radius. Everything inside is it's dimly lit inside. It's you can see through this dome. However, if you were to exit it and look back at it, it would take in like a dark forest.
Hmm.
He just ritual casted Liamon's tiny hut.
Hmm.
Oh, this is pretty
Whoa!
cool.
It's a good spell.
Is there a item you can put on Tailspire?
I don't have a dome, but I can I can create a I can put down another kit and kind of drag everyone around.
Maybe yeah, that or like a tent or something like that.
Numbers is going to look at the dome and say it's spherical. Spherical.
Spherical. So the horses, I'm just going.
We turn around and the door's gone, and Audrey's like, "Galloway, where's the door hole?"
Since
It's
Galloway's been complimenting us so much, Valana's gonna smile and say, "You did a fine job. You're a pretty powerful wizard."
Oh, thank you. Actually,
Trying to make him.
Miss Thorne actually taught that one to me. Had a time of need.
Still, you should hold yourself accountable. You did this, not Miss Thorne, and you did a good job.
You have a fine talent, sir. A fine talent. Be proud of yourself. When I was your age, I was. I'll be honest with that. I don't quite remember.
Well, what I'd love to hear more about all of you and any adventures you've had together, or maybe separately. Just anything about you guys. You guys are quite the group here.
I have a quick question regarding just this dome. Can you just like freely like traverse in and out of it, or is there like some?
Since
Is it
you
kind of
are
like
an
tight?
allowed creature through it, so how Needleman's tiny hut works is 9 creatures of
Yeah.
medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome. The the spell fails if the area includes a larger creature or more than 9 creatures. Why the horses can't fit. They are creatures and objects within the dome when you cast the spell can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. And the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the inside.
Does he have to? Does the caster have to remain inside the dome?
He does
for it
indeed have to remain inside the dome.
Okay. I was trying to see if I did know this spell. I did.
You do know this spell.
I learned it.
He has to remain inside of it, otherwise the spell will fail. But you all are free to traverse in and out of it, and as he finishes casting the hut and you all gather on inside, begin setting up a little campfire on the inside, and the horses are taken care of. It seems just in time because the rain begins to pick up a heavy pace.
Oh, dear.
Alvara's just gonna speak up and just say, I'll take the first watch tonight.
Oh, well,
Okie dokie.
it's very kind of you, Miss Alvara. Thank you.
I'll take second watch.
I can take third watch if it's needed.
Let's see, if it's an 8-hour night, how do you want to divvy up the watches tonight?
I only need 4 hours in my trance to have a quote-unquote long rest. I need 8 hours of 4 trance, 4 light activity, but 8 hours total.
So do you want to take like the first 4 hours, and then we can take 2?
Here's what I
Yeah.
think.
Then you can do 2 and 2 if you want.
Here's what I think.
Oh,
Oh
wait a
no.
minute.
Yeah!
Why does this feel like a bit that would be on like Eric Andre?
We look over and Numbers just in character has like a can he's cracked open. He's taking a big slurp.
Rule 1, there are no rules.
So who's
can
on
take
first shift?
Numbers.
Alvara is.
I believe
I'm on
and
first shift.
and
I'll
then
do 4
Numbers.
hours.
Let me see. I can figure. It's like centered here.
You said 9 medium-sized creatures?
10 radius, so
This is
20
the
diameter.
radius.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, perfect.
How many horses are there again? All right, so we're just at 10.
Well, horses can't get on.
Galloway's.
Horses can't come in.
Oh, they're in the rain. Oh,
That's why
horses.
he.
Sort of
That's why he
it's
set
sort
it
of a
up
no
over-
horses allowed.
Oh,
That's
that's what he did. The
Yeah,
With the tent,
he was
yes.
attempting to set up like a
the
little.
tent setup. Right.
Yeah, horses are considered a large creature, and that would break. They were attempting.
Damn. What if a horse like ran through just by accident, like it got startled? Would that break it?
No, because once it is cast, nothing can.
Oh, so they're just stuck out there.
But he did bring Ms. Donnie's body in with you. That technically,
Can we see outside the dome?
you can see it. It's it's opaque, not opaque.
Oh, okay.
It's transparent on the inside, opaque on the outside.
Cool. This is a nifty little spell. I haven't seen anything like this before.
That's really useful.
So is there anything you guys wish to talk about or do?
Alvara's just gonna kind of turn around and almost just kind of get ready for the watch. If there's like a little stool or rock she'll sit on, she will do that. But other than that, she's kind of turned her back to the convo, if there is one.
To the condo?
Combo,
convo.
right?
I said to the convo conversation.
Oh, condo.
Sorry,
I was
if
like,
there
wait,
is one.
condo? Y'all got a
To the
condo?
To the
condo.
condo, of course. In sunny Mr.
We just build a condo complex in the middle of.
That spell is
How to make
amazing.
money.
Oh,
Oh, maybe
fucking,
Thorn thought
fucking
we were
Thurgan
invested
could
in
just
market.
ritual cast a tower. A whole ass tower.
Yeah, the something tower spell.
That
It
was
was
an
pretty
insane
useful.
spell.
Bergen's moving tower.
Well, the fun thing about that is if you cast it in the same spot for a year, it becomes permanent.
Wow.
It
Okay,
be a
so Arden's gonna
squatter. I'm sorry.
pipe up, and he's gonna say, "All right. Well, seems to me that we'll be traveling together for some time. So, and we've more than found ourselves in a fair share of trouble so far. So maybe it would make due sense to discuss what kind of abilities each we've got, what special talents bring to the table, and the like. Any of you got any party tricks you can tell me about?"
Ooh, I got one. Humi is going to jump up to their feet and then start doing a jig as they use their harmonica.
Okay.
Let's see how I do.
Alvara's
Wait, what
gonna
are you
look over
trying
her
to do?
shoulder
Like,
as
don't.
this is
Okay, from
happening.
now on, guys, don't just roll things without explaining what you're doing.
I am doing a little dance jig, and I am singing a song with my harmonica.
Oh, you're just trying to just do a dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Arden's gonna clap along, and humor it, but then he's gonna gonna try to speak over the music, and he's gonna be like, "That's great, lad, but I don't see how that's gonna help us in a sticky situation, if you catch my meaning."
Okay, well,
But I did put a smile on my face, and that's worth a lot more often than not.
Alvara's gonna shout out over her shoulder because she had turned back to look at the noise. You know, it did help us out once before already. Referring to the Dragonborn incident.
Humi is smiling so hard right now.
Well, I hope you can do that some more then. And he's gonna keep clapping. He's gonna turn to numbers, and he's gonna say, "You lad, I already know you're a special sort, but tell me a bit more if you can."
And you're referring to Galloway?
No, you know what? Yeah, he is referring to
I
Galloway.
didn't catch who you were.
Oh,
I thought
Initially,
he said numbers.
Oh, numbers?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did say he did say numbers, but I think it would make more sense if he looked to Galloway and asked that, because he knows more
No.
about
Refer to
numbers.
numbers. I
Fine.
didn't hear what you
Continue
said.
that.
Poor numbers is
well, you're
It's kinda
asking for like a party trick or something?
No, just like a talent you can do. So
Useful
abilities.
abilities.
Party trick was a euphemism or a metaphor.
Well, I tried this one on a shopkeep the other day. Does anyone have a knife?
Audrey takes out one of the several he has on the inside of his jacket and tosses it to him.
No, hang on to that. And I reach out the fabric of my cloth beneath my chainmail, and I tell him, try and cut this.
All right. And he's gonna kind of reach over and he's gonna try to kind of like run the edge of the blade across the fabric.
No, cut it for real.
All right. Hold on a second.
Cut it!
I put a little bit of elbow grease in that one, and he's gonna start like going in with the point and trying to like stab into it.
And it stabs through, and you break the thread of my clothes, Audrin. And then magically, as you take your knife out from the cloth, it restitches itself back together. At which point I say, I discovered this after I accidentally tripped while getting changed the other day. I tore the cloth, and it magically mended itself somehow.
Wondrous thing. Bet your mother's real happy about that article right there.
My mother, yes, surely she is. But the clothes are pretty neat. That's a fun sort of talent, a special thing about me, huh? And I look to the rest of the party for validation.
He gives him a round of applause. He says, "Aye, sir."
I was really hoping. Yeah.
Good.
I was gonna say I was really hoping that would get me a discount at the scroll store at the festival, but the lady seemed unimpressed.
Well, some people know accounting for taste. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Too right.
Avara was looking over her shoulder before, but after that little trick, she's just staring back out onto the horizon again.
Not impressed by my clothes of mending, sir.
It's
I guess
actually.
I was referring to Zach, forgetting that.
No, out of character.
Unimpressed, ma'am. Unimpressed, ma'am.
Out of character, it actually is cool, but Avara has a more peculiar taste and has seen sort of magic like this. And she just sort of says to you, as impressive as those sort of items can be, I have seen that type of magic performed by street artists before.
Would you like me to do a more powerful spell? And you hear the thunderstorm crackle outside of our dome, and a trickle of lightning flash across my eye.
Is that a challenge?
No, not at all. We're all just telling stories around the fire, aren't we?
Right. And then she'll stare, because I presume her head probably turned again for that little bit of an exchange, and she just kind of turns her head back and is staring off again.
I want to hear someone else's talent.
Yeah, what do you guys have?
Well, I can either conjure animals, which is kind of fun because then there are a bunch of animals around. I can also
Yeah.
The animals are here.
I can also influence the weather to call down lightning.
Wait a minute, that sounds familiar.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Is that your character?
Yeah, I can call lightning.
That's pretty cool,
Interesting.
Mina numbers.
Did you see Mina numbers?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is both of them share that ability, I think.
Yeah.
I have not
Yeah,
displayed that ability yet.
Have you? No, I guess you haven't. I'm just thinking of the lightning ability, the crackle of lightning.
I was thinking of
haven't-
when you did shatter before, and wasn't that like a lightning effect? Yeah.
That, and also I made the storm cloud in the magic competition, but I haven't called lightning yet.
Mm.
Yeah, I was.
But now it'll be cool when I do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
And
also
And
call
special
lightning?
and special and unique about me. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Actually, I feel newly powerful for some reason since our last day or so. Since we set out on this journey, I feel my power has grown, and I feel I could do many things now that I once could not. Probably.
That's amazing.
It's over 9,000.
I will say, just for the sake of expediency, is there anything else you guys wish to do?
I did want to do something after Alvaro was sassy.
Wait, what was I sassy about?
Everything in general, but Valana was going to speak up and just say, well, I guess I'm pretty good at casting spells. And then she would like to cast Mage Hand.
Alright.
And she would like to send her Mage Hand over to Alvaro, who is turned around, as she last said, and not hard, but gently yank at her ponytail. With her Mage Hand.
We're getting to the hair pulling. The girls are fighting.
Everybody
Gently. And then she'll ruffle the top of her head kindly, or the top of her hair, and that's it. And then no more Mage Hand. It's gone.
Umi would also like to do one final trip.
Avara scowls at that situation just in response, really briefly, if I can jump in, because that did impact my character.
Valana will wink in your direction.
And then she just shakes her head. And now she sits facing the group again to avoid any more
Surprise attacks.
by magical hands. Yeah. But who me?
Well, there's also this I could do, and they're going to take out one copper piece. Now you see it, now you don't, and they cast Detect Thoughts as they scour everyone's thoughts. Just the surface.
Isn't that a DC or no?
So concentration up to 1 minute. For duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast a spell as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus on mind of any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected. You initially just learn surface thoughts. If I probe deeper, then there is a DC, but I'm just learning surface thoughts, really. So I'm going to just kind of focus a little on Alvara.
Real quick, is there a verbal component to that?
There's a verbal, somatic, and material component. The
Okay,
material is the copper, and then now you sit, now you don't.
So
is my
people can
verbal.
tell that you just cast a
Yeah,
spell.
can we, who are proficient in magic, roll to see, like, if we know or familiar with what he's casting? They're casting?
You can roll Arcana.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to roll.
But people are aware that you did just cast a spell. We also then have to kind of like workshop together then what justifies surface thoughts and what justifies deeper thoughts, you know?
Got it.
I got
does
a
that mean?
20 on the die for that one.
You got a 20?
Yeah.
A natural 20?
Yes.
Okay. You know this to be the Detect Thoughts spell.
Very well.
You know the spell. It's not a very high level spell.
Attempting to pry within our minds, Humi, and just as we were all beginning to trust one another, she says with a tone of sarcasm that shouldn't be lost upon anyone here.
Well, what did Humi learn?
I don't know. They were probing
What?
Alvaro,
Who
right?
did you focus on me?
Yeah.
I thought it was everybody.
She's
You can't
waiting
do it on
for all of you
everybody.
to go to sleep. She's waiting for all of you to go to sleep. She wants you all to go to sleep.
Oh, well, that's no fun. I thought it was going to be more interesting than that. Alright, I think we'll go to bed.
Well, it's really cool seeing what each and every one of you can do. I don't really know much myself, I guess, but I can do this, and he kind of, with a whisper and a flurry of his hand, like a little puff of smoke kind of comes out of his hand, and it plays like a little like shitty xylophone tune that goes like doo-doo-doo. And he kind of looks to you all and goes like, huh?
Valana's gonna clap and go, wonderful.
I know some magic. I've been learning it the best I can, and this internship has been a wonderful opportunity for me to both with my own personal research and growth, and I hope to keep going with it, and hope to learn more from you all as well.
Very kind sentiment.
Well, looks like this night's not gonna get any better. In fact, it's looking kind of shitty. Should we get some sleep?
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Avara turns back around on her rock/stump/stool/ whatever it is that she's sitting on,
Let's say it's a rock.
and begins to. Let's say it's a rock.
It's a
And
rock because she's a
begins-
hard ass.
All right, so she'll begin her watch from there.
Okay.
Rock. Did I hear a rock and stone?
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone.
So before we continue, do you guys want to take a 10-minute break?
Yes.
Sure.
Probably a good time. yeah.
Sure.
Alright, guys, we're gonna take a snack break, pee break, smoke break, whatever it is y'all gotta do. Go ahead and go do it. We'll reconvene in 10 minutes.
Yahoo!
I'm gonna refill my wine glass.
Me too.
I'll
Billy
be-
Bronco will be back from the smoke break soon.
Alright, party people, I'm back.
Hello.
Aw, Quentin, you
Also
had
back.
COVID? I'm sorry. How's everyone doing tonight? Well, we got here with us. I heard Mina.
Hello. Honestly, I really just want to go back to playing Starfield right now.
I can't believe you got Starfield before Baldur's Gate.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
How is Starfield? Thank you.
Really good.
Hello.
You really like it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey. All right. I'll have to get it, man. Once I get my internet. Probably this
Absolutely.
weekend. Yeah.
Here's
It's that
my whole
good.
thing with Baldur's Gate. I would really just rather play D&D
Right, you did say that.
Yeah.
than play Baldur's Gate. It's a great game. I've watched a bunch of playthroughs of it, but I'd rather just play actual D&D with my friends.
That's valid.
But Baldur's Gate's still very good, and it is different.
So you're playing Starfield then?
I am playing Starfield.
How is it?
That he's
It is really good. I haven't
Wow.
even gotten that far, but it is really, really cool.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Maybe this weekend I'll pick it up. So I have internet again.
You're getting it
Internet.
Friday?
Yeah, I'm getting their router, and then I need to like switch it out with mine, and I can use mine again or something.
That's really weird. And also, why are they taking so long to set it up? What provider is this?
Optimum.
I've never used.
That's why.
Andrew knows, I guess. It sucks because I had 600 Mbps with Xfinity at my old place, and it was $50 a month. And now I'm at 1 gig, but it's like 80.
Yeah.
The only good thing is they had like a promotional going on, so they're like after 6 months we'll give you a month for free, and then like also we'll give you like a $200 like Visa gift card in like 4 months. I was like, okay, those are like decent perks, I guess, that kind of like balance out the cost a bit. But
I mean, you need to get it anyway.
Aha.
yeah, so I was like, all right, send me that gift card.
Tell you all a
So
little something about this blanket I have here.
tell us.
Ooh.
This blanket I have here was a birthday gift from a dear friend of mine and all of y'all, Mr. Nat Once himself, aka Brody.
Ooh.
He bought me a D&D themed blanket off of my throne, which was very sweet of him. However, that is not what I got sent in the mail.
Yes.
They gave me the wrong product, but you know what? It's so hilarious that I kind of just love it anyway, just for that reason. It is a blanket, not of D&D, but it is navy blue with a black raven mascot on it that says Monmouth. I have no
Hey.
idea what sports team Monmouth is.
You got someone else's.
I got
blanket.
someone else's blanket, but you know what? Now I'm Monmouth's biggest fan, I guess.
You know what's really funny? If there's a freshman at Monmouth that got your blanket, that'd be pretty funny.
What would be even
Seriously.
better is if they got into D&D because of it.
Seriously, though.
Yeah.
It's
They
actually
found
pronounced.
D&D in a blanket from them.
It's actually pronounced Monmouth.
Monmouth?
Yeah.
What college
Common
is
misconception.
Monmouth? What state is this?
I don't know
It's
about
New
Monmouth, but
Jersey.
Monmouth
New Jersey.
is a
Yeah,
college
New
thing,
Jersey
yeah.
has a Monmouth College.
It
Mhm.
does?
But it doesn't have a raven.
Yeah, it's by the beach, kind of.
Is their mascot a raven?
Somebody look this up.
What fucking
Somebody
sports
look it-
team is this? Search, what is this? Monmouth.
That's one of the universities I applied to.
I found the
I got in.
university. What state is this? Oh, they're hawks. It just looks like a raven because it's black. Okay.
It's racist.
Oh my
against
god, it
Hawks.
is It is New Jersey.
Yeah.
Alright, Monmouth, New Jersey. I'm
Maybe
repping your
that-
sports team.
This is not
Hey,
sponsored.
This is not sponsored. I just got
But
your
it
shit
might
by
be one day,
mistake.
Monmouth, if you're listening.
I like how it literally is spelled Monmouth.
Monmouth.
Monmouth, as numbers said.
Monmouth.
Watch like they're like D&D club's gonna reach out now and be like, "Would you like to do a collab?"
I would
You
love
really
that.
think Monmouth has a D&D group
Probably.
team?
Probably.
Pretty popular
They're
now.
good.
Like
I guess they could. Well,
Monmouth D&D, if you're watching, reach out.
Yeah.
well, Monmouth, I got your shit on accident. Let's talk about it. It's a very cozy blanket, to be fair. Ugh. Speaking of birthday stuff, we had a wonderful time at the Renaissance.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
Great time, game.
It's a lot of fun.
I had a load of blast.
That
Yeah.
day
Oh,
we rolled high and we rolled low.
I blasted several times.
Got a blast.
God. Oh God, it sounds like dirty for some reason.
Oh, for some reason.
For
some
some
reason?
reason, I wonder what the reason is.
I don't need to say it. Speak English, Doc. We ain't scientists. Are we ready?
Is everyone's back, right?
I
Ready
think
for
so.
what?
Should we do a check? The only one I haven't heard is Aldrin, I think.
I'm
He's
here.
back.
No,
You here?
I've been here. Yeah.
He's here. All right, cool.
What about
We're
BB? Is
good.
she here?
Yeah, she is on me shoulder.
Like a true pirate bird.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Well,
captain.
hold on. The hell, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, give it up.
Hey, the
Audrey.
characters do not know.
We don't know, I see. We just have our suspicions because he walks and talks like a pirate.
He just walks and
Look at
talks
his
like someone
coat.
harmless.
It walks like a pirate and talks like a pirate. It is a pirate.
It's just a long black coat.
You know, I kind of
Very
think
suspicious.
Audrey is pretending to be a pirate, and he's writing a book on pirates. That's what I think.
That'd be really
There it is.
Cutthroat Island.
You're
Remember that
right. There
Derek
was that
guy?
one guy. Yeah.
Writing a book.
Can't believe that guy lived to the end.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah, I can't believe he fucking lived. Oh God.
Me.
Alright, Alvaro, you're taking the first watch. If everyone is ending the night and going to bed.
Yes,
Draw out our reasons here. So okay. So if we're ending the night and beginning the watch.
Night's Watch.
Alvaro, can you roll a perception check for me?
Sure. That is gonna be a 11 after modifiers.
Okay. And how long is your watch? It's 4 hours?
4 hours.
Okay. Is there anything you wish to be doing during those 4 hours?
Yeah, there is actually. What's the moon looking like tonight?
Don't know because it's storming. The thunder is rolling.
But I was able to kind of track it beforehand, from what I recall. So, based on my knowledge of cycles, can I speculate as to what it might look like?
You can make an educated guess.
I'm gonna make an educated guess that we're at a new moon. So I believe that's what was.
Yeah, I think
That's
just about,
really-
yeah. It is a dark night.
Okay. So Alvaro's gonna wait a little bit until several other people are. Actually, until really everyone's asleep.
And
And
again, the
then
space isn't
she
too
is-
terribly huge, as you can see.
I know. Where is everybody? Are they just sleeping on the ground around me?
I imagine, what are y'all sleeping arrangements? Do y'all have, like, sleeping beds or,
I have a bedroll.
like, bedrolls?
I do as well.
I have a bedroll as
Have
well.
a bedroll that I've created a nest out of somehow.
Okay, so
Can I
everyone has
ask?
set up their bedrolls.
Can I
I'm
ask this
just
too, DM? The tent area that was set up, are the horses like crammed in there, or is there like a lot of room under this
They are
tent from what I
crammed.
can see? Okay.
Because the tent Galloway used to, like, kind of makeshift this out of was not very big to begin with. It is
Okay.
just enough to, like, provide them a little bit of respite from this cold storm that is passing through.
I am going to. How bad is the rain right now?
It's pretty bad. It's torrenting a little, and it's cold. The mud around you, not the mud, the dirt around you is indeed beginning to kind of turn into like a cold, it's like slosh. Within the
Can I
dome it is
see?
fine, but outside of the dome it is quite disgusting.
Can I see like outside of the dome if there's anything nearby that might provide some sort of shielding, like either a large tree or maybe, if we're lucky, a cave or something like that?
You rolled an
I
11
don't-
for perception?
Yeah,
I forget, do Eladrin have dark vision?
they do.
They do, okay. Um, with an 11, you don't see any kind of like cave or anything that you might be able to like duck into should you want to go out into the you can try to go into a little bit of the more dense tree cover to see if that'll provide you with a bit of cover. But the best
And
cover you're gonna get is inside the dome.
of course, how far away is that tree cover?
Let's see.
I don't want to be too far away from everybody else.
It's about like 30 feet away.
Var's gonna walk over there.
Okay. Are you trying to do this quietly?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can just do so, given that there is quite a downpour coming. It's not like footsteps are gonna be that much louder over the sound of the storm that's kind of crashing around. Okay, you leave the dome, and you go off into the more wooded area.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find like a tree where maybe it's a little bit drier underneath it compared to some other areas. Just like any sort of respite from the storm. I don't want to be getting drenched on. I don't care if I get a little wet. But
I'll turn your see your character. Maybe
sure.
somewhere like more.
Yeah, that's
Even like like your character can't go through. Can't move you. You know what I mean.
right. Right. We can use the theater of our minds to get close. But
Our minds.
the mind's eye. Um, I am okay. Give me 1 second. So as Elvira walks over here, she's going to take out a little chicken feather from her bag and place it on the ground. And she's going to begin to prepare sort of a little circle of, I guess you could call it a spell circle. And at this point in time, she's going to attempt to make contact with somebody who is very important to her.
Okay. I believe you are missing reagents.
What other reagents do I need?
I believe you black candles.
Did we discuss that?
Yes.
Do I have those on me or no?
Tell me, did you buy black candles?
I do not recall. Okay, never mind. I will wait 30 days till the next new moon and see if we can try again later on.
I mean, you can try with
Sorry,
disadvantage.
everyone.
If you're missing components, you can try with disadvantage.
I guess I'll do that.
But know for next time that if you want to attempt this, all of the proper reagents.
Yeah, I don't remember what we talked about regarding that. I didn't see the black candle thing, but maybe I'm just missing it. I'm going through like Discord logs. I didn't have anything else for when we talked about that, but okay. Yeah. I'm gonna use inspo to just make it a neutral roll
Okay.
here.
So
It's gonna be
it is a charisma.
it's a 15 plus 4 is a 19.
Okay. And describe how you begin going about this.
So given that the mud is probably pretty wet right now, she's going to just draw it using a branch she'll break off from a tree, or even the base of her staff, honestly, and create a sort of spell circle, and place this chicken feather she produced from her bag, her component pouch, really, at the helm of it, and use her cloak so she doesn't get too wet, but kind of sit on top of that and begin sort of whispering an incantation.
Okay. Is there anything you're asking as you're doing this, or are you just doing this in general?
I'm doing this in general in an effort to speak with my patron. And I don't know, DM, if you wanted to stay in the chat with everybody while we do this, or if you wanted
Yeah, we're just
to
gonna
go
stay
to the
here.
separate side. Okay.
But you're not asking any questions, you're just trying to make contact.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to make contact and speak a little bit about my situation, and also ask maybe if she knows anything about where we are and why I'm here and like sort of what happened to me.
Okay. So you set down this chicken feather and you begin to draw some begin to steady yourself. Slowly rise, center your breath, trying to avoid the oncoming onslaught of rain. Focus in on this potential ritual. And as you begin to whisper to yourself, find yourself losing as the trees around you just kind of begin. You start hearing the whistling of not the wind from the storm. This wind almost seems to have its own, begins to giggle and laugh all around. You start feeling the smell of, like that of an old fireplace. Smell of incense. Fill your mind as you hone in and you hear a voice begin to speak to you. Isn't it's quite some time. Circumstances, whereabouts, and loss are unfamiliar, but there's plenty of. It seems something else. Buying. What I have done.
Wow.
Okay, Avara's going to try to communicate. Does anything come out when she tries to talk, or is this just a one-sided communication?
As you begin to try to talk, voice just does not leave you. No sound escapes your mouth as these words.
Okay. I think Avara's going to open her eyes too and see if she sees anything.
It's weird, but for a brief moment when you open your eyes, in like a split second, you almost swear you're back in the Feywild. deep shrouded wood, twilight stars speckling. But when you blink your eyes once more, you see you are back once again. It's cold, wet, pine forest.
Okay. Avara's gonna pick up the chicken feather if it's still there. Hastily, because the rain will take care of it anyway. Grape, using her boot, the sigils in the mud, and then sort of fast walk back to the camp where everybody else is,
And as you
and
pick up this
resume
chicken
the rest of
feather,
her
it
walk.
just disintegrates in your hand.
Okay. Great.
Okay, and do you finish your watch?
Yep.
Okay. And then for the other watch, was it between Umi and Mina?
I believe it was numbers.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, that's what I
numbers.
meant.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
the
I meant.
other
Numbers
one.
and Mina.
And then Mina's last, yeah.
Umi and Mina. Okay, so numbers if you'd like to take a 2-hour watch.
Would love to. What do I roll?
Roll a perception check.
And this is not a passive situation.
It is not passive, it is active.
Aha.
Okay, good to know. So,
Cool.
the storm, as you wake up, and Alvara wakes you up, settle in. The rain is just an onslaught. It is torrentially pouring all around you, starting to form water divots and like many little rivers like in the dirt. Swirls all around you. It's nice and warm in the dome, but you can imagine outside it's quite...
How did Alvara get back in the dome? I thought you can't enter once you leave.
If it's cast with you inside of it, like the allies that are inside of the dome when the
Oh,
spell
can
is
enter and
cast can
exit?
enter.
And can re-enter.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go for a little stroll.
Okay.
Keeping under tree cover, and mostly just walking the perimeter of base camp.
Hey Bear, thank you for the sub.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anything interesting happen on my journey?
You walk around for a little bit, just kind of taking in this little unfamiliar area this night. You don't have dark vision, right? Or do you?
I think I do. Dee-da-dee-dee-da-dee. I think I don't.
Okay, so it's a little hard to see as you're walking around a little bit, and you notice as you exit this dome, and you would have noticed this as well as Alvara, while there is a dim little light keeping you all
Oh, I do have dark
safe.
vision,
You do?
actually.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I had to.
No, that's totally fine. It's
Yeah.
still kind of hard to see out given the onslaught of rain, but, and again, Alvara, you would have noticed this as well, but as you exit this dome, that little bit of dim light that the inside of the dome is giving off just seems to cease as the second you walk out of it, you just see like a dark forest, it's like dome in front of you, and it's dark. There's no light coming from it, and you cannot see inside of it.
Isn't that interesting too, audience? That seemingly a regular human like Numbers has dark vision.
I wonder what that's about, huh?
I wonder what that's about.
Green hair and dark vision.
Green hair and pronouns.
I almost said that.
So what else do I see? Anything interesting happen?
So you begin to walk around a little bit, just kind of looking around. Taking in the scene around you, you see the horses kind of huddling up close together, keeping each other warm. The cold rain it feels like ice chunks just kind of hitting your skin just from... any colder and this would have been just a snow cover. Perhaps even the first snow of the season. But as you walk around, you feel the coldness of this water. skin, and it's oddly familiar. As you look up and try to make any kind of sense of the sky, you just hear the crackling of thunder to this landscape. There's
I
a sense of
see.
familiar.
Very interesting. Interesting indeed. I guess that's my my watch.
That's your watch. I am not telling you yet with these perception rolls.
Okay.
And with that, do you wake Mina for her watch?
I sure do.
If you are awake, I would like a perception roll. And if you are
Then
not
let me-
awake, so be it.
He slips through her watch.
God damn,
Whoa.
Eric. I looked down and just happened to see him. Okay, Mina. So with a 26, that in mind, is there anything you wish to do during your watch?
No, Mina's gonna like admire nature.
Just kind of taking it all in.
Yeah, this is the first time she's been to a an environment like this one.
Kind of a cold northern environment.
Yeah,
Not too much of that in the favor, I don't think.
there is, I think, when you get into the winter quarters, but Mina is from the summer, so kind of like the polar opposite to what Mina is used to.
Okay. I'll say, your watch while you just sit and observe rain around you. It's kind of setting that you found yourself in, all these newfound allies. Nothing necessarily.
Okay.
But I'm imagining in between watches, people are sleeping, right? Like you had slept in between. Alvara, I'm imagining you're trancing afterwards, like stuff like that.
She's been trancing since she got back.
In fact, Mina probably would have gone to sleep early just so she could get last watch.
So I will say during this night, sleep eventually finds each of you. The storm rolls. The slightest hint of snow amongst the drops of thunder booms and rolls through the night. The smell of the cold, wet dirt and the pine in the air just swirling. The sounds of the storm begin to echo in each of your minds as your dreams begin to appear in flashes like the lightning striking in, disrupting your sleep ever so softly. Audrin
Mm-hmm.
begin to come and shift into out of you. Flash. Sounds of the thunder roll, that of the sounds of cannons fired. The
Oh
muffled
boy.
sound, water around you as soaking of seawater on your skin. Shouts and faint yells. It's all back and forth as you try to look around between these glimpses. Your eyes come across just the blank face. A strong human woman. Her eyes emptied, staring back directly at you in blinks of clarity as you begin to see her visage just slowly sinking the ocean. Along with yourself as the cannons keep blasting in the back.
Oh, wow. Does this wake me?
No.
Okay.
Alvara.
Well, then he's not having a very good sleep.
Oh, trust me, I don't. Alvara,
Yeah.
during your trancing, you're focusing hard just to try to keep your mind clear. Thinking about the events that had just transpired. Trying to make sense of the words spoken. As you drifts off, that of the thunder turns into reminiscent sounds of footsteps. Running, hitting the ground with a slam. There's clashing of firing of arrows all around. Shouts. As this battle seems to run on as you can barely see in and out of consciousness. Get a moment clarity to look around, you see fallen bodies around you, that of familiar faces. As you look at these slain corpses all around you, you hear this mad cackling in the back of your mind that rolls in and out with the thunder around you.
Okay. I'm only semi-conscious.
You're
Do I wake from this?
semi-conscious. Yeah, you're aware of this happening, but you can't seem to
Yeah.
get out of your mind. It can't get it to stop.
Fuck! Look at what this is.
Numbers.
It's me.
The rain, as it felt familiar to you. You hear the sounds of it as you're drifting in sleep. And the rain begins to sound like the sound of waves resting. It begins softly at first, but become more increasingly violent as they begin crashing against a rocky shore around. You hear the churning of the ocean swelling as it's with every moment. Not being able to see anything, feel the strength and this water pulling and crashing around. Blindness as you hear the falling rain then turn out of water dripping stone. Subtle drip. Back straightens on that as if on a familiar stiff that you can't seem to self stuck to.
Like a bug on a windshield.
A bug on a
Gary, does this rile me? Does this stir me awake?
no,
Or am I just having a nightmare?
it's having a night. Umi.
If it stops now. If it stops now.
Umi.
Yes.
During the night, loud cracking of thunder begins to turn into rattling of as they rustle upon your wrists. Your consciousness again blinking out of these, but you hear hushed whispers and a sense of urgency as there's rain gently across your skin, unable to move your body, but self-hearted, out of control situation. Self growing farther and farther from the sound, crying in instant.
So, who me is actually going to shift in their sleep into their normal form?
Forgot you went to bed as a child.
Yes, I did. And they look uncomfortable as they sleep, almost restless. Sometimes they shift to a different form. A thinner Umi, if you will. And keep in mind, Umi is rather thin. 6 foot tall, slender thing, but looking quite bare at some times.
Kind of sunken.
Yes, perfectly put.
Okay. Ina.
Yes.
As you're sleeping, the wind howling around, visions in your mind start seeing these trees you darting through. Images go flashing, sense of panic in your chest, tightening muscles, sense of urgency and fear that you're far, far away, faster and faster and farther. There's trees around, unable to focus on it. Suddenly, crack of the thunder ceases as you hear the angry shoutings behind you starting to.
Am I able to turn around?
Sleeping.
Mm.
Alana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intently listening.
The most timid yeah I've ever heard.
Sleep. Thunder begins to roll. Take on these sounds and shift them into that of metal hitting stone. Softly as it grows loud, striking back and forth. Picks hitting rock. You hear the shouting of muffled back, unable to make any kind of clarity of what's happening. Pounding, pounding of shifting. As the thunder rolls louder, louder. Sound of rocks. It's tumbling. Faster, faster. Right behind your back. It's to black.
Uh-oh.
Morning greets you all.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Do we take a point of exhaustion?
Should, but no.
Oh, thank God.
You should, but no. Morning eventually finds you all. Still gray outside, but the storm from the night before seems to have, at the very least, subsided. It's more towards the south.
Alvara sort of gasps audibly, coming out of her trance, almost like somebody coming up for air after being underwater for too long. Just like a and like it's a feeling that's familiar to her, and she doesn't like that familiarity of being sort of in that type of state before. But she's going to try to be as composed as she can as she looks around towards everybody else who's presumably stirring.
Humi is going to be quite startled by this as they kind of kick back. The hell?
Galloway just kind of jumps up from his little. Uh, uh, good morning. Are you all right?
That was not normal.
Humi remains silent.
So, Audrey's kind of like pinching the bridge of his nose a little bit and squinting real hard as he sits up, and he's gonna be like, we've had better nights, I'll admit it.
I had a strange dream. Did anyone else?
Fancy that.
It felt less like a dream and more like a memory somehow.
We were just talking about interesting stories. Feel free to lay it on me.
Oh, mostly it was about waves crashing against the coast and being stuck on an iron slab of some kind.
Significant to you, is that?
I'm not sure. I don't know what to make of it.
Right.
DM, I have a quick question. Sorry to break the combo, guys, but these visions we had, do they seem new to us? Like we're remembering something, or do they seem like do we already recall that and it's like being dug up?
That's something you'd only be able to know about yourself, huh?
Yeah, no, these are.
Well, no, because I wasn't sure if we had like some memory loss from the death.
You only have memory loss if you like wrote that in your backstory somehow. But no,
Okay,
these,
so
these are
otherwise
things
we
that
would
you
remember.
Would know.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure because I wasn't, sure if there was like we were like slightly amnesiac from the. Got it. Okay.
The only amnesia afflicted member I think we have is our juniors.
Okay. Just making sure.
Appears to be.
Um, right, Audrin, you were the one last talking.
Yeah, he was just asking numbers about his dream, and then they would just kind of leave. But the moment number said like it doesn't, I don't recall that having any significance. He would just kind of leave that be.
And you? Any strange dreams?
Right, nothing pleasant. I'm afraid. Something something about the sea, and it's strange. I suppose it stands to reason that in the wake of such traumatic events that we'd just woken up from, it makes sense to me that they'd be fresh in my noggin, as it were. Seems that they're still ringing.
I see.
Upon hearing this, Alvara's gonna get pretty wide-eyed and very shifty, and there's gonna be a mix of both concern and also a touch of anger on her face. And she's going to start scanning the tree line and sort of looking around very apprehensively. And then eventually, but of those two emotions, the anger sort of prevails, and she marches over to Galloway and kind of grabs him by the lapels and just goes, or attempts to grab him by the lapels at least, and just goes, "What is along this road? What is along it?"
I don't know, trees? Sometimes
Who inhabits these woods?
a lot of things. I don't know, bears, foxes, goose.
She's gonna shove him to the ground, if she can. I'm not sure how is he reacting. I guess to me
He
doing
is
all this.
very
Is he
much
just?
taller than
I
you,
mean,
but you can try.
I mean, if when I try to grab his lapels, does he just stand there and let me, or does he like try to
I mean, he
push
stands
back,
there
or
and
what does he
lets you,
do?
but I think he would probably resist being like.
I mean, I'm just gonna like shove him away from me, and
Bellana's
then
gonna see that and go, whoa, whoa, there's no need to get violent, Alvara. Let's talk calmly. Please.
this is no time for being calm. I believe we're being hunted.
Well, shoving him isn't going to do us any good. Ask him your questions in a calm manner if you want
He's the one who
answers.
got us into this forest.
He doesn't seem to know what you're even talking about. Maybe try explaining a little bit as to why you're concerned, and he might have some insight.
Clearly, but I'm not really sure our guide knows much of anything based on how we've talked the last 2 days.
Then, and why are we pushing him on the ground then?
Alvara's gonna ignore that and just kind of keep looking around. Is the weather cleared up, or is it still stormy
Good question.
right now?
It is very cloudy, but the storm has seemed to pass.
Can I cast
Okay.
Druidcraft to see what the weather could be like for the next 24 hours?
Yeah.
Wonderful, I will do so.
As it appears in your hand and swirls around, you see the clouds beginning to move on about midday, clearing up to then be a more bright sunny sky.
Oh, nice.
Audrin's gonna. So Galloway's on the ground. Is that right?
He's not on the ground, but he did get pushed back.
Oh, okay. My mistake. He's gonna gun over and he's gonna kind of lean and whisper to Galloway. He's gonna say, "Pay no mind to that lad. You've been doing us a favor."
I'm really not sure what's going on. What's happening?
He's just gonna pat him on the shoulder and kind of stand between him and Alvar a little bit and just kind of pipe up and be like, "Whatever's the matter, I'm sure we can deal with it together. We've been through a few sticky situations already, haven't we?"
Are any of you aware of hags?
Have a great summer.
I roll history.
Ay,
Yay, yeah,
what should I
roll a
roll?
history check.
all right.
So I feel like I might be. That's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, so you've heard of these creatures. Hags, from what you can recall, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe them. It's gonna pull up 5e. because I'm gonna say something that's like not entirely accurate. You know that hags are these like twisted witches that are of fae that tend to use kind of more dark and twisted magic and tend to be malevolent in nature. Sometimes they hunt people, sometimes they eat children. You know, the old dark fairy tales of the sort. You've heard these kind of stories about them growing up on the nasty old lady, stuff like.
Okay, so then I will say to Elvira, yes, go on.
She just sort of stares off into the distance. She's still kind of scanning. Her eyes are darting all around the tree line.
Do you
And
mean
she
to
just
tell me you believe there's a hag afoot?
our dreams were all similar last night. At least it sounds like that from the limited descriptions I've gotten. What about the rest of you? Tell me, did you have any sort of nightmares or ill visions? She's speaking now to everyone excluding Audrey and Numbers who already spoke about their dreams.
I did.
You see Humi grabbing their knees as they're sitting down. They nod as they look off to the distance.
I'll just say I have extensive experience dealing with these sorts of creatures, and I'm aware of certain things they can do. Some of that includes, well, sort of what happened last night.
Begging your pardon, but sounds a bit loaded to me. Where'd you get this intimate knowledge on how hags work?
You're going to see her eyes sort of stay still for a moment, as if she's sort of recalling an element of her past. And then she's just going to say nothing.
Well, that's not exactly common knowledge.
It's clearly enough to have gotten you riled up. Perhaps we continue moving and hopefully get away from this ill magic.
I think we should kill it.
Well,
Must I remind you, we are on a time-sensitive quest here, as I point to the dead body nearby.
I'm aware of that, but these type of things don't tend to go away easily.
If they want something from us, they'll come to us, surely.
If they want something from us, we're in much more danger than I thought.
And your proposed plan?
We have 10 days. We're only a day away from Balredin. Maybe we spend the next day or two trying to find whatever may have tainted our dreams last night.
How far away
If
did you
my
say you thought you
suspicions are
were?
right, it shouldn't be far. Like a day and a half.
Okay, for some reason I heard 10 days and I went, wait a minute.
Well, no, I said we have 10 days to bring her
You
back,
have less
and
than
it's
10
been
days.
2.
What leads have you that none of us have?
7 left, obviously, but I'm saying we have time.
What
I
leads
meant
have
for my
you that none of us have? I don't see any hags around. And I
would we
point to
even
the
go?
empty forest.
Yes, how would we even go about finding said hag? I feel like it would just be a waste of time.
I have a lot of experience in this matter. Trust me, I'll track it.
You have a lot of experience with hags, but you want us to trust you. What's that about?
Would you all rather be dead? Because we can keep marching onward and simply let them take us when they will.
So you're saying they'll come right to us, but you want to go looking for them?
They're not going to come directly to us. They're going to manipulate us, turn us against one another, keep poisoning our thoughts.
You're doing a
Only
pretty
after
good job of
that,
that
after we are
yourself.
weak and battered, will they finish us.
What evidence do you have to suggest that it is a hag, besides the invasion of our dreams? Is there anything else that you know, that you have experienced, that proves or points in the direction of your theory?
All I have is what happened last night.
Galloway's gonna kind of clear his throat. This is just my 2 cents here. But seeing as you all have had quite the bit of experiences, and as you guys slaved yesterday, you know, you died before. It'd be
Right.
just maybe you've had just a bout of bad dreams. I've never seen
All
any
of us.
hags in this area.
I was going to propose it could have something to do with our deaths. It's not out of the ordinary, considering what we've been through already. Could just be that, and nothing more.
Humi pipes up. I vote we leave. Quickly.
I agree. We should try to get as far away from here as possible.
I'm of a like mind. Way I see it, I mean, there could be a hag only behind that tree over there, and we wouldn't change the fact that we're still in a time-sensitive mission. We've got a job to do. We owe people that were good to us that.
And so what? We let them poison this trail, kill hundreds of others who travel along its path?
Quite the assumption we're working on, and since you won't give us much information, then yes, that's exactly what I propose.
It's something. I've told you all that I know regarding our dreams. It seems a bit coincidental that we all of a sudden have a nightmare on the same night, each one of us. That's
What
not normal. You
What
surely
you're
know that.
asking is for us to trust you, and we don't have much to go on, I'm
No,
afraid.
no leads.
I'm asking for a 1-day deviation.
And I'm saying that I'm not like-minded there.
To do what? What are you? A 1-day deviation to do what? Where are you proposing we
To
go?
see if there is something in these woods.
Should we put it to a vote?
Galloway's gonna
One,
pipe up one. Say, I don't want to get in the way of the journey or anything, but, Miss Donnie doesn't have a ton of time, and, I don't know how I feel about carting around a corpse through the woods, especially in times like these when, that could attract a lot of attention.
how easy would it be as soon as we deviate from this path to get back on it? It's been hard enough to stay on it with two keen eyes on the path.
It's been hard enough. We haven't had any obstacles at all.
The moment we get off this
Barring
path,
last night.
there's no promises we'll be back on it. There's no promises what we'll find in there.
Mina, can you at least fly up and just see if there's anything peculiar in the surrounding woods, please? And Alvaro will look at you with a sort of weird touch of like almost like asking for the favor with her eyes, and it's a look you really haven't seen her give before.
I can try. And then Mina's going to fly up and try a perception check.
Let's
Perception?
take 10 while she does that.
At this point, as y'all are waking up, the dome itself has begun to fade and kind of like fizzle out around you. So an 18.
18.
Alright, Mina. With an 18, how high up are you flying?
Probably 150 feet. Trying to get a good bird's eye view.
Okay. So as you fly up, you look around. None of this land looks familiar. See stretches of pine forest, as it begins to kind of stretch on. You do see the bit of the path ahead. It's for the most part clear that you do see a few caravans of, uh-oh.
The rain siren!
The rain!
Caravans!
Get to the bounds!
You hear the siren as you begin to travel along the path. Oh god! They're all
trying to
dead,
shoot out
Mina!
of
They're all dead. I hate this siren. Sirens.
It's like anti-air guns are just firing at me. And
Oh god.
fucking
You didn't get clearance before entering the zone.
snow blast.
A fairy dodging mortar fire.
It's like the steampunk D&D campaign.
As you fly up and you begin to look around, you see along the path, you see caravans that are beginning to move from along the path, like coming down towards y'all's direction, and they seem to be moving at that of like a hurried pace, but otherwise you don't really see.
Okay, I'm gonna fly down. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything odd around here. Although I did see a few caravans nearby that we might be able to meet up with if they're going the same direction.
They're going the opposite direction.
Oh, the opposite direction. Never mind then. Oh,
Like
there's two
as if like you
caravans
guys are gonna like pass right by them.
heading towards us. We'll pass them, but other than that, there's really nothing much around here. Why the sudden concern about hags?
It's unimportant right now.
Well,
I just want to make sure we're all safe.
if
I
it's
don't need to
unimportant,
divulge my entire past to you all.
if it's unimportant, then why would we spend any extra time looking into it?
No,
It's
my
unimportant.
past
It's
is
unimportant.
unimportant. My past is unimportant. The threat is very much real.
But if it has to do with your past, then either your past isn't important or it is important. What's
Alvara's going to say nothing to that.
Well, and
Mina's gonna
Galloway's
look at
gonna
you and
pull out
then
his pocket
say,
watch.
we should probably keep going then. I think there's really no point in waiting around.
Galloway's gonna glance at his pocket watch and look at you all and go, "Well, the good news is you guys have done such a great job keeping us all on this path here that I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit Balradin right around sundown. So it's
Oh,
just a
that's
little longer,
fantastic.
unless you guys wanted
All right.
to stop."
Hmm.
I I think we should
Alvara,
just keep going. The sooner we can complete what we're here for, the better.
I vote we
Alvara,
go.
Go ahead,
I was just going to
Alvara.
say, Alvara gives Galloway. Keep. Go ahead.
No, I was saying go ahead, Alvara. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. I was just going to say, Alvara gives Galloway a look like, like I know damn well you want to keep this wagon moving, and I'm not in favor of that. And it's a look of almost scorn and disdain.
Well, if it's less than a day away, we're pretty close, and we could always come back to root this out.
That's true.
Plus, we would get access to resources in Ballardin.
Mm-hmm. That could
Seems like a few
potentially
of us
aid us.
need spell components.
Yeah.
We have less than a day's travel. Way I see it, we just keep very tight quarters and look closely at our surroundings, and we'll be fine by the evening time.
My decision is clearly irrelevant to the whims of the rest of you.
You won't
So I
give us
guess
a
we're
reason,
pressing on.
because you keep saying, "Oh, my past shouldn't be your concern," but that's not a reason. If you want us to stop, you have to explain why.
I provided a reason. All of our dreams, all of those nightmares concurrently, that's a sign of some sort of magical manipulation. And in my experience, that has
So
often
is
been connected with these darker forces.
all of us reviving on the same time, on the same continent. I mean, look at how much trouble we're going to revive a single person, yet all six of us managed to be revived at once with seemingly no outside influence. That's not
I'm
natural.
She's right. It could be something much bigger than a hag. It could be exactly what's been happening to us since we woke up alive again. There are many possibilities. And I think, sure, we can address it eventually if we want to come back, but for now, it is of utmost importance that we get to this city for a number of reasons.
If you can give me a legitimate reason why we should stop, then I'll say we stop. But anytime we ask you, you get defensive.
not familiar with the type of magic that brought us back from the dead, and I don't think any of us are. To say the dreams are connected to that, it just is speculation. But this other type of magic, I know it, and I know what it's capable of. You just have to trust me on this one, but clearly none of you want to. I'm not too
You
surprised
you
that you've
haven't
only
given
known
us
me
a
for a few
reason to.
days.
You haven't given us a reason to. And to
To
be honest,
trust me,
in less than 8 hours after we met you, you tried to steal something from the rest of us.
You
and
are
only
traveling
gave it
days to
back
bring an
after.
innkeeper back from the dead whom you barely knew. But you don't trust me with something I
No,
tell you I am
because
experienced in?
within 8 hours of us doing anything as a group, you decided to steal something for yourself and only gave it to the group after you found it had no
All
value
right.
to you
Enough of
personally.
this bickering. What we can all agree on is that a human life is worth more than some whim or suspicion. It's 8 hours of travel we're talking about. I think we can manage that just fine. We can come back here right after.
I agree.
I will be coming back here right after, with or without the rest of you.
Algin's going to turn to Galloway and he's going to gesture towards the horses. He's going to say, burning daylight, aren't we? Let's get a move on.
Right. Miss Mina, could you help me with this I don't even know what to call this that we've made for the horse here. And the horses are all just kind of like huddled up under this like meshed together concoction that he tried to like give them protection from the storm. Could you help me
Sure.
disassemble it?
Sure, I should actually be able to use the same method as last time. And I will
Deleted.
ritual cast. Ah, wrong thing! Wrong thing!
I did not mean to delete.
You packed the wrong thing into the suitcase.
Oop.
There's just a whole ass tree in someone's bag.
Oh yeah, speaking of bags, y'all do have a bag of holding.
Oh yeah.
There's now a bag in it.
There's now
Bag
now
in
a
the bag
tree
of
in it.
holding.
A tree in it.
There's a
But yeah, I
tree
will
in the-
ritual cast Wild Cunning to put away the campsite.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do before you begin your next travel?
Nope.
I would like Mina to. I would request of Mina to fly me into the sky briefly to take a sort of mental screenshot of where we are geographically, and the way from here to Baruden. So in the event we need to return here, we know the way.
What is
Mina?
a homing pigeon?
In
Well,
that case, there's actually something that I would like to do.
Oh my gosh, she is a homing
I
pigeon.
am going to cast the reduce portion of enlarge reduce on you, so that I can more easily pick you up into the sky.
It's so tiny.
Okay, let me just
Fly me into the sky, Mina.
let's see. And size, there you are.
Hey!
Oh my
It's so
god.
cool that you can do that.
Wow.
He went from numbers to fractions.
That's good.
Went from numbers to decimals. Yeah, and then it will also use a rope to attach us, so that I don't have to worry about accidentally losing you in my grasp.
Good on you for the rope.
Well, this is all happening because the ritual spell is going to take some time anyway. Alvara's going to be looking around at the nearby forest for any signs of anything, like either footprints, signs of movement. I know it stormed pretty heavy last night, so she didn't really have much hope, but she's just going to kind of keep an eye out for anything.
Roll either inspection or survival for it.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll to lift numbers off into the air?
You, Mina?
I don't know if you would need to roll for that.
Well, he's like size small now, right?
Yeah,
And you're strong.
I have the capacity to hold or to carry like 180 pounds without it even encumbering.
Yeah, I think that would then get rid of like the weight penalty. I have to roll a strength check, so I think you can just lift numbers up.
Cool. I just carry you off into the clear, or well, not clear, but the cloudy sky.
That's a,
Thank you so much for doing this. I feel so connected to you right now.
How high would you like to go?
DM, that's a 7. I can't even talk right now. It's a 17 on the die.
For
Well, not on the
ritual
die.
armor.
After mods. For my investigation, I'm gonna do investigation.
Okay. So numbers for you, I'm gonna say as Mina's kind of whirling you around up in the sky, you can take a ching mental snapshot of the environment around you, so in case you guys need to traverse back and forth along this path at any point.
Nice. And remember, I have a tribal nomad background or a wanderer background, so I have an excellent memory for maps and geography.
You got that geography on lockdown.
Hmm.
Can I
Reminds me of
roll
Claw.
Yeah.
Blah.
That was
while I'm
cool.
up here? Can I roll a survival check to see if I can see anywhere that might be a good spot for like foraging
Yeah.
as we get underway?
And then Alvara for the 17 in investigation. You look around. A lot got washed out during the torrential storm last night. There's just so much pooling. It's kind of hard to make sense of what might be a track and what's just the way the water shifted the earth during the night. What you do manage to find is you find traces of during like the faint early, a little bit of tracks of what might have been a mama bear and her bear cub
Okay.
traversing through the woods. But you don't see any like specific footprints or trail.
Okay. No broken like sticks or anything like may have been looked like somebody was standing in a clearing or something.
I mean, there's a lot of like disheveled branches and trees that got whipped away from the wind during the night, but it's hard to tell if it was done through just the natural causes of the environment or if there was something lurking around. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
While I'm up in the sky, can I roll like something to determine if I see anything unusual or maybe hag-like or I don't know, something's stirred, a fear has been stirred within numbers based on seeing something going on with his friend Elvira that has not been stirred within her before, and I'm concerned, and I'm wondering if there really is anything hag-like nearby. Do I see anything? I'd love to.
And then Mina, you rolled a 19 for survival.
Yes, it did.
You can see up ahead, about a few hundred feet off in the distance, you can make out just the faintest detail of maybe like a little pond that might seem like it might have some little elements growing around it, some little maybe that you might, I don't know, you're not unsure of what could or couldn't be growing here because you're not from this plane. But it seems interesting.
I'm going to drop off numbers and head for the small pond. Unless numbers would like to come with me.
Don't forget to enlarge me again.
What?
Don't,
Can't hear you.
don't forget to enlarge me again. I'm small still.
In fact, Mina is going to put numbers on top of one of the horses and make him small.
No.
But you're reducing one of the horses?
No, I'm just going to place numbers on top of one of the horses
Oh, okay.
and leave him small. Like, I'm not going to end it. I'm going to let it
Is
run
it
its
too
full
late to give
course.
someone a shot paper? Absolutely not. It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Mina, you bastard, this is revenge for me jumping off the roof into your arms that one time, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I did not make out a word of that.
Neither, but it's fucking funny, all right?
I said, "This is isn't this revenge for me jumping off the roof into your arms that one time, Mina?"
Yes, it is.
Numbers with a
Love this
19.
bit. I'm sorry. It's good.
Yeah, what did I see?
The 19 for perception. While you were up in the sky, you saw the same kind of caravans that are making a quick pace down towards the direction you guys are at. The same that Mina had mentioned. But otherwise you don't really see anything. Surrounding area, like nothing lurking, except maybe some wildlife.
What can I identify about the caravans in particular?
You see that there consists maybe about 2 caravans, a handful of people with each, and they seem to be making a fast pace down this track.
What kind of garb are they garbed
Just like
in?
commoner's garb.
Did someone redeem a shot, by the way?
No, they want to save
Oh,
for the
saving
group
for the
shot.
group shot. Yeah.
A prudent
Nice one.
call.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the garb of the garb?
It's just commoners garb, like farmers, general commons folks, kind of making their. They are traveling, then for what reason?
They might have had nightmares too. We could ask them. How far away are they? Yeah, I'm not sure how long of a detour it would be.
They're walking toward us, I thought.
Within like 10 minutes, you would see them on this path.
Would we like cross paths with them
You
just
would cross paths.
via traveling?
Yeah.
Let's. I guess I'll say to everyone. Sky with me and I saw a group in a caravan over the way over there, and I think we would cross paths with them if we went down the path a little bit longer. So I think we should keep moving for now.
Balana, having
We
no
need
idea
you.
what you just said, just says, Roger that.
Moving down
Yeah,
the path.
it's very difficult to make you out when you're talking
No,
like
no,
that.
I got that.
Copy
I
that.
got that.
Copy that, numbers.
I'm reduced.
He's-
I got what you
Clear.
said, but it's quite hilarious.
There's people down the path. We gotta go down the path to be able to run into them. We'll run into them in a couple minutes, right? Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Alvara's our translator.
You should do a gnome character, and this is just your voice the entire game.
No, that's hard. That's
That's
hard.
difficult.
I thought Beely was hard.
Oh, can you do a Beely impression really quick?
Alright, I can do a Beely impression.
Love it.
That's cute.
For those who don't know, Beely Bally of the Galley was a turtle
Turtle.
and was a wonderful turtle. They were a cleric,
I don't know.
right?
I imagined him talking funny. Yeah, he was a cleric actually. I don't remember what of.
The bird noises
Probably
right now that you're
some
playing?
turtle
Sorry.
god. No, please.
I was just saying they keep like throwing me off, and I'm like, what time is it? How are there birds out at this hour? And I'm like looking out my window, forgetting it's pitch black.
We've been playing D&D for 8 hours.
I'm like, is it morning?
So
That would be really funny if we were playing
That
D&D
would
for
be-
so
It's just like
long. It
4
was
in the
5
morning, and the
a.m.
birds start.
just for the sake of expediency, do you guys pack up and begin to travel back along the trail?
We do.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
also like to just inform Alvara of the people down the way, and specifically advise that perhaps we could ask them if they have observed anything unusual around here.
Come on.
DM, what do I find at that little pond?
I'll say you actually find a handful of honeycomb by a bee's
Hmm.
that seems to be just ever so softly nestled within the branches.
I will thank the bees for their honey.
Is there any mugwort down there?
Uh,
Take the mugwort, Mina.
Is there any rogues morsel?
Galloway will also, as the horses are being saddled up, the caravan getting situated, he'll look over to Alvara and the rest of the group and say, if you really believe there's something to figure out here, and time allows, if you'd have me anyway, and you wanted to double down on this, I'd be willing to help you. If
Who said that?
Galloway.
Galloway said that. Well, we don't know anything yet. We're hoping to just or actually
Oh, here we go.
Well, I
Can you
don't.
just enlarge him again?
I know nothing is concrete, but
He's for the love of God.
how long is that spell?
I believe it
fine.
just ended. Yeah, it just ended.
it just
3 days.
so in the middle of
an hour.
oh, it lasts an
Do they
hour.
have to make a save or no? Yeah, they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
But I would have
We can let it happen.
I would have
At
willingly
first it
failed
was
it in the
Oh.
beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have just.
Can the creature, like, how can you dismiss this at any time, or is this just how it is? Oh, it's concentration. You can break concentration on.
Yeah, no, I'm holding
But
on
does
to
she?
it until
Yeah.
the
Until further notice.
So Galloway says, I know it's not like for certain or anything, but this seems to be important to you, if not at the very least a time. I'd like to be able to do one for you, well, if possible.
It's
Information. You never know. I didn't have any bad dreams myself.
If we went and met up with the people in the caravans while I was tiny, and then as I was talking to them, Amina dropped the spell, and I enlarged in front of these. I'd be like, "How are you doing?"
That and
You're gonna
me
scare
like changing
people.
shape, we would just scare the fucking piss out of these poor people.
Actually, what we could do, I could be you and then change small, and then you could be small you and change big. That would be fun.
I was
But as Fumi hears about the people walking our way, you see 6-foot Fumi just bring.
a child.
I have a question, and this might be something for another time. But if you cast enlarge, if two different people cast enlarge on like a creature, does it become double enlarged, or
Yes.
does it max out?
No, it keeps
I
going.
don't think it says
So you
anything
become-
about a size cap.
So you become huge afterwards?
Yeah. Well, because it doubles your height, so you can go multiple categories at once if it's enough.
What if you
Oh.
casted enlarge like 3 different times and then had like a kaiju battle in D&D?
You could do that.
Good.
So, are we going to kind of like interact with this party, or time skip to get to Bardin? Are we going to end?
For tonight, I will say if you guys are ready to pack up and head out and try in an attempt to meet up with the 2 caravans that are coming your way, I would
Nightmares, but still guarded.
Hmm.
okay. Well, great job everyone tonight. I know this is a so, let's get a round going.
Think. Give me a moment here.